after that, we kind of took a step back in that game. And, I kind of gauged my teams. I want to get better each week. And, offensively, we're really young. We only got three seniors playing, or actually four, Captain Terrell, but we're getting better now. Justin Banks, the guard, has been hurt. He'll be back maybe next week for 15 plays or so. We're going to try to get him in. Should be full go, Logan County. Now with the experience Trice has got, we got a six-man rotation in there, pretty good, without really missing a beat. Got two centers now, three guards, three tackles, so it's a perfect situation for us.
Hoptown faces a Callaway County team that's off to an 0-5 start. They lost to Paducah Tillman 45-21 last week. Sophomore quarterback Kenyon Franklin did throw for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was picked off 4 times. The main focus touchdowns. They'll play a Breckenridge County team that's 3-2, opened with a loss to Owensboro, then 3 straight wins, and last week a 24-12 loss to Grayson County.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, getting paid for your injuries, for your lost wages, and for your pain and suffering can be difficult. Attorney Matt Schock in Princeton, Kentucky can help. Call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT. Attorney Matt Schock is an experienced personal injury attorney. Initial consultations are free, so call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT.
This is an advertisement.
WPKY. We're working hard for you.
And thank y'all for being here, WPKY, for a great job y'all do on it with the community and being out and being involved on everything. Great. Hey, y'all's programs are great. And what about those sports teams that we have on? Tigers, Lady Tigers on it. Just awesome that what we're able to do with them on it.
Thanks for your kind words. We're working hard to serve Caldwell County and you. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
You've been listening to your Sports Edge Football Friday on WPKY 103.3 FM and worldwide at WPKYonline.com. Coming up next, it's the McGregor Heating and Cooling pregame show as we head to the stadium for Caldwell County Tiger football. Later tonight, Todd Griffin will have Caldwell County game night coverage on game night at yoursportsedge.com.
Ladies, all the latest trendy boutique styles are waiting for you at Magnolia 2 Boutique in Hopkinsville. We have an amazing selection of apparel that celebrates women of all ages, sizes, and styles. You'll love our jewelry, accessories, and handbags, including our new Bed Stew collection. And we have entire rooms dedicated to curvy size styles and shoes. Our selection and prices cannot be beat, and we can't wait to see you. You'll find us at 5120 Princeton Road, Hopkinsville, or shop with us online at Magnolia2, that's TOO.com.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Treasures Remembered, Wallace Toy, Josh Ray, Woodman Light, Armory Gun Shop, Black Patch Grill, Jeff Russo, Attorney at Law, Pet Grooming by David Rogers, Taco John's, The Joint Barbecue, and by Community Medical Clinic. Caldwell County Sports on 1580 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on your free WPKY app. You're listening to Caldwell County Football on WPKY Princeton. Listening to Caldwell County Football on WPKY Princeton.
Test 1, 2, 3.
A taste of the Orient and authentic Chinese food awaits you at the Great Wall Chinese Restaurant in Princeton. Enjoy the lunch buffet Monday through Saturday, 11 to 3:30, and the dinner buffet from 3:30 to 9. Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the seafood buffet featuring onion shrimp and frog legs. Be sure to ask for your coupon card. Buy 9 buffets and get 1 free. Dine in or carry out at the Great Wall. Open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Located in the Princeton Plaza off Highway 62, West Princeton.
Tiger football is on the air on 1580 103.3 WPKY on your free WPKY app and worldwide streaming audio on WPKYonline.com. It's time for the Caldwell County Coaches Show on WPKY.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Coach Wayne McGowan pregame interview. Tonight, the Tigers are on the road, where they will face the Ballard Memorial Bombers. Last Friday night in Princeton, the Tigers defeated Union County 50-13 as part of a week-long weekend homecoming. The Tigers now have a record of 4-1, and the season is right now at the halfway point. I'll be back to talk to Coach McGowan about Ballard Memorial after these commercial messages.
Raider Auction Company is owned and operated by Delbert Raider. Delbert has been in the agricultural field for over 40 years and is well known for his knowledge of used equipment. Raider Auction holds 4 consignment auctions a year, and they buy and sell equipment on a daily basis. If you're looking for a piece of equipment, they'll do their best to locate it, and financing is available. Contact Delbert Raider at 270-881-2610 or Amy Ezel at 270-604-2880 for all your used equipment needs. Raider Auction Company, Skyline Drive.
This Sunday, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia, the site of the Titans' Week 4 opponent, the Atlanta Falcons. The award-winning Titans Countdown happens at 11. Voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and the head coach of Titans Radio, Dave McGinnis, have the call of Titans and Falcons with a noon kickoff. Titans and Falcons.
106.5 WKDZ.
What does your morning sound like?
Morning, Al.
Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please? Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Welcome back to the interview. Wayne, it looks like we catch a breather this weekend.
Well, mindset-wise, you don't want our guys to be in that mindset, but we still have to go and line up and play a football game, district game, and told the guys the other day, in order to win the district, you have to win your first district game. So that's what we've been focusing on, and that's what we've been preparing to do is come down here and get our first district win of the season.
As this practice has gone on this week, and I know you just have to continue to stress focus and all that, knowing Mayfield's next week. So the kids have bought into taking care of business, practicing well?
We've practiced pretty well. Had a little lull on Wednesday, but all in all, we came out. We practiced pretty hard, practiced well. Assignment-wise, we did pretty good job staying on our assignments. Ballard County is going to throw a little bit of option game at us, so we have to be tuned in to who has quarterback, who has dive, who has pitch. So it's assignment football that we're going to see tonight, and we've thrown a lot at them as far as option game and working on our responsibilities.
And just looking at the stats that I have on Ballard this week, it's definite they're definitely not a passing team. So it is one of those situations where if they've only 3 out of 11 for the year, so they're averaging less than 3 passes a game.
Mm-hmm.
You can load up and play assignment football with people covering the quarterback, the dive man, the pitch man, so on and so forth. In that case.
Oh yeah, 11 pass attempts. So they're definitely a heavy run team. About 85% of the time they're going to run the football, and they do some pretty good things. They'll hit that fullback up in there and. On that dive, and he'll chunk it up in there and get a few yards. Quarterback, the Rathman kid's pretty good athlete. So if you don't take care of your assignment, he'll squirt out the outside on you, or he'll hand it off or pitch it to the Howard kid, I believe, number 17. And he's a pretty quick and shifty kid. He's not a very big kid, but he's quick and shifty. We have to be able to rally up and get to the football.
Looking at who you just mentioned, the quarterback number 15. Parker Rathman is 3 out of 6 this year through the air for 14 yards. He's run the ball 43 times for 94 yards and 1 touchdown. And then the running back you mentioned, number 17, Trenton Howard, probably the workhorse, 44 carries, 85 yards. And they have another Howard, number 3, Trevor Howard, who's got a few carries. And then another running back, Alden Riley, who has a bunch of carries. So obviously it's a ground-heavy attack, as we've pointed out so far.
It is, and as you read those names off, it's not just one person carrying the football. They're spread it out, and we're not spread the formation, but they give that ball off to 4 or 5 different running backs, and they all bring a little bit something to the table. Some of them a little bit better up inside, and Rathman he'll probably get outside on you some. Howard kid can get outside on you some, and I believe the Hargrove kid may run the football a little bit as well. I think he'll probably play that fullback spot maybe a little bit and run some dive stuff. And so we have to definitely read our keys and be on point.
And with their running attack, I guess you've looked at their offensive line, their O-line opens holes, or who are some of the standouts that we have to be concerned about there?
Name-wise, I can't remember the names. 50-52. I think one of them's a Bishop, maybe. They do okay up front. They get after you pretty decent. With the option game stuff, it's pretty fast-hitting stuff, so they may be blocking down on our nose or turning out on our ends or whatever and trying to get up the linebackers. So, they do okay job in there and giving those running backs and that quarterback some space to run in.
Looking as you just mentioned, number 50 is Carson Bishop, and number 52 is Cotton Baker. So, and looking through this, we know that Ballard will have 6, 7, 8 kids playing pretty well both ways the whole night tonight. They will.
Just looking at their roster, and I think it's 24, 25 kids on their roster. They don't have many bodies, and that's that has to be tough. And those guys will have to play both sides, all the special teams probably. So it's one of those deals where there's not a lot of bodies to go around, and it's one of those deals where you're going to play a whole lot. So playing time wise for those guys, it is going to be a lot of two-way starters, and we'll see them on both sides of the ball all night.
When they get into their run formation, how do they usually line up in the backfield?
Probably going to see an I formation with the quarterback in the shotgun. So that's a little bit different, but there it is. Still, you have your what we call an overload one side with the quarterback in the gun, two backs straight in the eye. And they like to run their option game out of that look. So, that'll key us in on, kind of what they're doing, or they may go absolutely different from what we've seen. So, but yeah, that's what we've seen, and that's what we prepared to work on and prepared to stop.
And probably only seeing film on 2 of their opponents so far. So, with only passing the ball 11 times, do you know when they're in their passing formation, or is that a giveaway when they line up?
They will go some ace formation with the 2 wides on each side. They'll throw a little bit, maybe throw some outs and go routes out of that formation. But out of their the overlook or the what we call the early is just a trip set. They'll run a little bit of the waggle, which is a little play action stuff. They'll fake that fullback, fake to that tailback, and roll out a little bit, and try the little flood route concept, and high, medium, low route. So, but yeah, as far as they run so much,
I think
just don't hardly see any pass out of them.
Well,
so, yeah.
And I think if looking at these stats, I can't recall offhand, but they've only made 3 completions, and I think maybe 2 or 3 of them have gone for touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know who caught them, but yeah, I believe the receivers or maybe one of the running backs may have scored a couple touchdowns through the air right now.
I know Howard, we talked about him, number 17, has 2 pass reception, and Trevor has the other pass reception.
Yeah.
So I think one or both of those 2 of them may have gone for TDs.
May have, yes.
So again, we just have to not get overconfident, stay within ourselves, play like we're capable of, and things should take care of themselves.
Exactly, and that's what we've preached to them. And they see the film and they understand coming into this ball game that we should be able to come out, and as long as we play consistent and play well, turnover-free, mistake-free football, we look forward to having a good ball game.
So with our defensive effort tonight, Wayne, we've mentioned and kind of reemphasized again, assignment football. We've got to know what where keys are and go take care of business, and probably could hopefully don't get beat on a long pass. I'm not sure where they have the ability to throw it 30 yards in the air or not.
Well, this really hadn't really stretched the field a whole lot, just trying to knock the top out of it or anything. A lot of their pass stuff's predicated on the rollout game with the flood route concepts, waggle is what we call it. But yeah, but there again, DBs, we have to be heads up. You may see a trick play or something. You may see a sweep pass, something we hadn't seen, or a reverse pass. So we have to be, disciplined on the back end of the defense and not allow anything to get over top of us.
Well, that's been a look at our opponent tonight's offensive skills, and we'll look at the Ballard defense and talk with Coach Wayne McGowan about that after we return from these commercial messages.
Girlfriends, let's face it, we all perspire. And Farmers Dry Cleaners knows what we need. We need our clothes clean. We need them clean now. Farmers Dry Cleaners opens at 6:30 on weekdays. I drop mine off on the way to work. But if I'm running late, they stay open until 6 p.m. so I can just run them by after work too. They always have them ready within 24 hours. Just remember they're closed on the weekends. Farmers Dry Cleaners knows what's important. Making me look good. Because if I don't look good, they don't look good.
Some of the best times are on the lake, eating your favorite foods, sipping on a drink, and listening to live music. The summer concert series at Eddy Creek Marina Resort is open for business, and there's plenty of room for you. Live bands every Saturday night, weekly specials at Echo Charlie's Restaurant, which is open from breakfast till dinner. Some of the faves are homemade crab cakes, Bubba's Key West salt rings, and the hand-patted Barkley Burger, pontoon rentals, cabins, and more to enjoy at Eddy Creek Marina and Echo Charlie's this summer.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, getting paid for your injuries, for your lost wages, and for your pain and suffering can be difficult. Attorney Matt Schock in Princeton, Kentucky can help. Call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT. Attorney Matt Schock is an experienced personal injury attorney. Initial consultations are free, so call him at 270-365-MATT. That's 270-365-MATT.
This is an advertisement.
Welcome back to the interview. Wayne, what's Ballard exhibited on film that you see about how they're going to line up and play defense against us?
For the most part, we've seen them against Madisonville, which Madisonville runs some spread stuff. We're probably going to see them in an even front. It may look like a 6-1 defense at sometimes. They'll walk those outside linebackers up and have one middle backer standing in the middle of their defense there, and probably see cover 2 look where they'll have 2 high safeties, corners. So they'll play some man, they'll play some zone. So, yeah, and they're also, we've seen they may jump in some odd front, but we'll just have to see. But I think the last 2 games, Trig as well, they'll spread it out too. So we've seen them in an even front defense.
When they bring their linebackers up, and are they stunning or blitzing at that point, or are they just trying to play contain?
Yeah, they are contained guys. So, yeah, but they will come off the edge as well. So, offensive line wise, we'll have to make sure we, got the right blocking scheme set and be able to take care of those guys. So yeah, they'll bring a little pressure.
With our ability to pass the ball, and again, just remarkable that Russ is throwing the ball at a 75% clip this year, and they're not just dinks and dunks; they're going downfield. What's the capability of the Ballard defense to cover our receivers?
Oh, coming in, we hope Russ stays hot and offensive line continues to pass block well, run block well as too. But yeah, I hope that our receivers are, able to run good crisp routes, get out of your break, catch the ball, look it in, tuck it, get upfield, all the things you teach them. So, hopefully in that department we'll have a little advantage.
And also, not knowing how the films are broken down, but when we play fast, we wear a team out, especially with 6, 7, 8 kids going both ways. Mm-hmm. Have many teams played fast against Ballard that you see on film?
It's hard to tell because the way the films are or games are recorded. It's just a clip, and a lot of times you see the team's already at the line of scrimmage. But with Madisonville and Trig's background, though, being a spread team, concept-wise, those folks normally want to play with some tempo, but it's hard to tell on film. So there again, we've been able to tempo some people early and get hot on the offensive side of the football and score some points and move the chains. So we'll look to continue to do those things.
Looking at their defensive personnel, any 1, 2, or 3 guys that stand out? The Howard guys stand out maybe?
Well, I think the Howard kid, he's probably their leading tackler, number 17. I think there's 2 Howards.
Yes.
I can't think of Trenton. Is there Trenton? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's their leading tackler, number 17. I think he plays one of the corners. So this kind of shows what kind of athlete he is. I think he may have a pick or two as well. So
there's just not an outstanding linebacker or an outstanding front four guy.
Yeah, well, they shuffle some kids around, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint one kid or a couple kids, but I know that kid stands out, the Howard kid. Jaden Smith's the second leading tackler on the team. I think he's number 21, I believe. I think he has 14 or 15 tackles on the season. So, they have a couple kids who, get after the ball pretty good. So we'll just have to, maintain our integrity and keep the pressure on them when we can and play smart football.
And as we mentioned before we started this interview, they have 2 or 3 guys that you had numbers for that when the KHSAA site comes up, they have different numbers. So we don't know who's running around on the field for Ballard. But again, looking at the special teams that we've been able to do fairly well this year, our ability to make to take a kickoff back tonight and a punt back is maybe there.
It's always a good possibility. A lot of things factor in on those special teams, whether or not it's kicked, deep enough, or if it's a pooch kick, or offensive on kickoff return wise. They're going to try to onside you. You just don't know, but we have the capabilities and the abilities to take one back. There again, you have to get on your blocks and maintain your blocks and get the ball caught cleanly and get the thing upfield.
And also, I'm sure that where I know our mix this year has maybe been 60-40 run to pass, probably no need to make any major changes in that scheme tonight as well.
No, I don't think we will. We just need to do what we've been doing and keep doing it well. If it's running it, we'll run it. If it's passing it, we'll pass it or screen it or whatever the case may be. Whatever we need to do to be successful.
And I'm sure we worked with the second teamers and the third teamers this week because this game could get out of hand early, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of opportunities tonight for for maybe the whole team to get action on the field.
Possibility. The possibility is definitely there.
Have those kids been working hard this week?
Well, they have been, but normally they're the other team, so they've been Ballard all week. So, but they should know our stuff when it's time for those guys to get out there and play if they get the opportunity. We hadn't had JV games last couple of weeks because of some injury things on the varsity level and what have you, and we've been having to shuffle around some offensive linemen. We're a little thin on the offensive line if we lose a guy or two, so that kind of makes a difference up there.
Speaking of the injury situation, I knew that Riley Orange was banged up last week. Michael Vickery has been banged up for 2 or 3 weeks. Both those kids still out for tonight?
Yeah, both of them will probably be out tonight. I can't say that it's a game time situation on either one of them. So just still being evaluated on their particular injuries, and we'll try to get those guys back and healthy for next week.
We know it's also homecoming tonight in Ballard County, so a little distraction for them, if you will, before the game. And that, any final thoughts, Wayne, going into tonight's game?
Just hope that those who can be able to go travel with us. It's a little bit further than where we normally go. It's probably about an hour or so, especially on the school bus. So just hope that we carry a big crowd over there and enjoy a good football game on this Friday night and continue to watch and support these young men play. So
one thing we're looking at is maybe going to be a cooler night.
Absolutely.
And with the rain that we had yesterday, maybe the field will be not totally dry. I'm not sure whether Ballard has the ability to water their field or not. And I'm assuming that it rained in La Center yesterday, but we'll find all that out in a few minutes here. So thanks for the interview, Wayne. Stay tuned for the radio broadcast on WPKY FM 103.3, and the stream will be live tonight at WPKYonline.com. Join Dennis Stevens, Todd Griffin, Chris George, Gary Goodacre, John Miller, and me for the broadcast. Thanks to head coach Wayne McGowan for this interview, and for Wayne, this is Bob Hayes. Now let's go get ready for the game.
Ladies, all the latest trendy boutique styles are waiting for you at Magnolia 2 Boutique in Hopkinsville. We have an amazing selection of apparel that celebrates women of all ages, sizes, and styles. You'll love our jewelry, accessories, and handbags, including our new Bed Stew collection. And we have entire rooms dedicated to curvy size styles and shoes. Our selection and prices cannot be beat, and we can't wait to see you. You'll find us at 5120 Princeton Road, Hopkinsville, or shop with us online at Magnolia2, that's TOO.com.
For delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine, head to La Potacina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or in Marion. Maria's specials are a local favorite you're sure to love. Stop in for delicious lunch or dinner. La Potacina Mexican Restaurant is open 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday 11 to 9:30, Sundays 11 to 9. And they offer lunch specials Monday through Friday 11 to 3. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and specials. La Potacina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion.
Have a great design idea for a t-shirt?
NewDirectionPrint.com.
Need new envelopes for the office? NewDirectionPrint.com.
New employee needing business cards?
NewDirectionPrint.com. Event coming up and need flyers?
NewDirectionPrint.com.
Need a new sign or banner? NewDirectionPrint.com.
Direct mail, graphic design, printing copies, and more. Learn more at NewDirectionPrint.com.
Time to head live to the stadium for a preview of tonight's action with the WPKY Sports Crew. The Caldwell County Tiger pregame show is on the air.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to La Center, Kentucky. Tonight, the Caldwell County Tigers will hit the road and take on the Ballard Memorial Bombers. Dennis Stevens here along with Bob Hayes, John Miller in the booth, Todd Griffin and company on the sidelines. And we'll talk to those guys in just a little bit. Bob, right off the bat, this is going to be a game that Caldwell County is heavily favored in. We heard a lot of remarks from Coach Waney in the coaches show. Caldwell County has to be in the neighborhood of at least a 30, 40-point favorite in this one. You can't look past this one to next week at Mayfield, although we all are. I mean, we're ready for the Mayfield game. But this is a game Caldwell County's got to come out and take care of business. They've had a good week at practice. They've kept their focus. Now they've got to take care of business tonight and get ready for that big one at Tiger Stadium next Friday night.
Yeah, as Coach McGowan said in the radio interview, you can't win the district if you don't win your first district game, and how true is that? So having the kids at full attention tonight sounds like there's been a real good week of practice, and not to overlook any opponent, we still have to come out and play. It does look like that there will be opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for some of our younger players to see action tonight.
This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. McGregor Group Heating and Air are here for all of your heating and air conditioning needs, including installations for new construction, replacements, repairs, and maintenance, offering high-quality products with a highly qualified staff. McGregor Heating and Air wishes the Tigers a hot winning streak this year and hopes that they stay cool under pressure. Caldwell County 4-1 on the year. Ballard Memorial 0-4 on the season. We'll come back in a minute and start breaking this one down and take our first trip to the sideline on the field with Todd Griffin in just a minute, so stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
National Bank's Southern roots run deep. Founded in a small Kentucky town, First Southern has always used their example, influence, and resources to help others make wise financial decisions. They know you want to be in charge of your money and to feel valued by your bank. At First Southern Bank, you're more than a number, which is why they've provided personalized service to their customers for more than 35 years. Visit fsnb.net to learn more. Member FDIC.
James Bond Roofing has been servicing the residents of Caldwell County for 25 years and has seen many years of Tiger sports accomplishments. They would like to wish all of the Tiger sports teams good luck this season. However, there are a couple players out there they are a little more partial to. So here's a big James Bond Roofing shout out to their very own Tiger football players, Ben Holt and Carter Jackson. Go get them, boys, and go Tigers!
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for the Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all of the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And a big electric roar to their Tigers, Tate Van Hooser, Addie Vinson, Kendra Winters, and Lily Horde.
10,641,945,600 inches, 886,828,800 feet, 295,609,600 yards, 167,960 miles.
That's how far the staff at Pennyroyal Hospice traveled last year to serve clients in their 5-county area. If Pennyroyal Hospice traveled 6 3/4 times around the world to serve last year, imagine what they can do for you and your loved one today. Pennyroyal Hospice, living to the fullest.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show as we get set for Caldwell County and Ballard Memorial. Tigers a heavy favorite in this one tonight. And homecoming taking place here at Ballard Memorial on the field right now. So we'll take our first chance to go down on the field and get with our broadcast crew member, Todd Griffin, on the sideline. Take it away, Todd.
All right, thanks, Dennis. I'm down here with Chris George. Gary Goodacre also down here tonight as we're getting ready for the big game here in La Center against the Ballard Memorial Bombers. The Caldwell County Tiger football team right now resting under the scoreboard as we're watching the time click down to about 26 minutes until game time. The Tigers, Chris, taking advantage of a little free time here to watch the homecoming.
Yeah, we're watching the team be introduced for homecoming and the homecoming court. And they're 27 football players. I counted them, folks.
Oh, so they do have 27 in uniform tonight. That's
25.
Okay. Well, been a bit of a rough season for Ballard Memorial. They're 0-4. They've only scored 27 points all year. And just on the outset, this looks like another prime night for a running clock early for Caldwell County.
Well, Todd, I was listening to the announcer, and only 8 of their players are upper class. It was between the junior and senior class, it was 8. So this is a young team as well, and you can tell at them looking physically. They're a bunch of young kids out there. Probably sometimes mid-second quarter, we're going to be looking at a running clock. I don't see any player out there that I think can stop De'Aaron Caldwell.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. You're probably going to see some big plays on the offensive side. At least that's what the Tigers are hoping. But if you're Caldwell County, you still have to come down here and take care of business. Yeah. In the past, Ballard's had some really good football teams. In the playoffs, they've brought some really good teams to Princeton, but just don't really have those kind of explosive playmakers this year, at least that we've seen so far.
Well, Ballard's a proud school. They're going to come out and play with some pride. They're going to come out and put forth some effort. They're not going to roll over. But the Tigers, it's a business trip for the guys. Yeah.
Well, you've got to take care of business this week, like you said, because we all know, and the guys have already talked about it up in the press box, Mayfield is waiting next week.
Oh, well, you can't have that looking past an opponent for the next game. This could be the classic trap game, as they call it, where you're looking forward to the big game 1 week down the road, and you have a little bit harder time with the team that you think you're just going to show up and beat. So, they need to come out early, quick, take care of business on both sides of the ball, do their business trip, and go home.
Well, and that's one thing. When everybody in the world is expecting you to win and win big, sometimes it's hard to get up for that game. Sometimes it's difficult to play well in that game.
Well, I'm watching the guys down on the other end of the stadium, and, they're just kind of sitting there they look like they're getting focused and ready, because it would be a little bothersome if they didn't look like they were getting focused. And that, to me, that seems what they're doing. They're just kind of sitting there waiting. Like I said, a business trip tonight.
And the last 2 weeks, the big thing for the Tigers has been quick starts. I mean, they've taken care of those ball games against Crittenden County and Union County pretty quickly.
Well, with an inferior opponent, if you come out and you jump on them, they're, most of the time they're going to roll over and just give in. But what you can't do is give somebody a little bit of life. If you give them a little life, you put the ball on the ground a couple of times, let them get an easy or quick score, they start to believe. And you just got to go and take care of your business and get back on the bus.
Tiger fans still filling in down here. I think we'll have a pretty good crowd tonight, maybe not as big as the crowd we took down to Crittenden County or the one over to Hopkinsville earlier this year. But, Tiger fans travel, Chris, and there'll be a lot of them down here, even though we're kind of expecting, and I think a lot of observers would say, a bit of a lopsided matchup tonight.
Well, I have to think opposing administrations love to see Caldwell on the schedule, because that means you're going to have a nice gate, and traditionally, like the Tigers, our fans are showing up.
Tigers and Bombers tonight in La Center. The guys, that's how we sit down here on the sideline right now. Back up to you guys in the press box.
All right, thank you, Todd and Chris. We are about 22 minutes, just over 22 minutes from kicking this one off, Bob. The guys talked about it. Everybody knows that this is a game Caldwell County is heavily favored in. They made a point of the upperclassmen for Ballard. Out of the 25 players, only in the neighborhood of 8 being upperclassmen. We've got a player that's just running roughshod. In fact, Derek Caldwell has over 200 yards more than the Ballard Bombers as a team this season. So we look for a heavy dose of Derek Caldwell on the offensive side for Caldwell County tonight. In fact, I think last week he may have moved into the number 15 spot on the most yards picked up in a game past Neil Cummins, 232. I think Derek had 233 last week, if I remember correctly. So moved him into number 15 on the most yards in a game list. So look for a big night again from Derek Caldwell.
We definitely will look for a big game from him. If he finds a crease, he's gone. There's no speed at all in the Ballard secondary. If you get through the break the initial line of scrimmage, he's going to be gone. A golden opportunity for a lot of kids to get some action tonight, and we do look forward to a game that probably turns non-competitive pretty quickly. Getting back to a point that Chris made about Ballard being young, Caldwell County is young as well. We only have 6 seniors in our whole team, and we've got great depth beginning to blossom because of having to play kids in the O-line. We had one young man that was suspended for 1 game, and we also have Michael Vickery, who's been hurt. So Brady Holman stepped in to take that spot, and also Gavin Board has played a lot of offensive line this year. So Caldwell County's really played well, and I expect us to be focused tonight and serious. Coach, looking at the warm-ups here, Coach McGowan always thinks if you drop a lot of balls in the warm-ups, you're just not into what you're doing. And what I saw tonight, we caught just about everything thrown out there at us.
Yeah, if it was on the fingers, it was caught during the warm-ups tonight, so that's a good sign for Caldwell County. You look at the offense for the Tigers, this is a night where you really don't look at what the opponent's going to do that much. We're going to take care of business on our side. Coach McGowan talked about it in your coach's show tonight that they're going to run majority of the time, only 11 passes. On our side, we've got a kid that's really starting to blossom at that quarterback position that was new to him. He came in this year, maybe a little bit of a question mark early on, but I think he's answered all the questions and then some. Russ Bashir on the season, 65 out of 87, so a great percentage there. 636 yards. He's got 9 touchdown passes. So he's proven himself so far this year. Tonight, he could start throwing the ball around just a little bit to the receivers as we look for a lot of scoring opportunities, especially with the pace that the Tigers run.
Russ has had an outstanding year so far in the passing department, throwing for over a 75% clip, which is tremendous. Good decision-making on his part. Most of the time he does have some picks this time, but just throwing the ball really well. And I would expect us to get some work in really in our passing game, not just hand the ball off to De'Eric every time, Dennis. So I think some of these receivers will see some action tonight. We'll put a lot of pressure on the Ballard secondary.
Yeah, this Ballard team can't come in and say if we stop Derek Caldwell, we've got a chance, because Caldwell County can really spread the ball around. You look down the list, you've got 4 receivers that are over 100 yards in receiving on the season. Barron Wells leads the way with 153. Right behind him, Tate Van Hoosier, 151 on the season. Tripp Branch, 127. And then Logan Smiley has come up and kind of put his star out there on the field at times this season. He's picked up 124 through the air this year. So 4 receivers that Bashir can go to right off the bat. And you can also swing some out to Hollowell out of the backfield. So a big array of options for Russ Bashir tonight, and a big smorgasbord really for Caldwell County offensively as they take on an undermanned Ballard team.
And talking about Logan Smiley, Logan has begun to run the ball really well. In the last couple of games, running with power, running with authority. So we'll have him probably see several carries tonight as well.
Let me tell about the sponsors, because we appreciate these guys. They've been with us a couple of seasons now. McGregor Group Heating and Air. I'll tell you what, we are going to Is this the national anthem?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm looking for the flag. Oh, there it is
Okay.
over there.
I'll tell you what, Todd, let's take it down to the field for the national anthem with you, and we'll come back and talk more about our sponsor and break this game down a little bit more. And a good performance going on right now by the Ballard. I guess it's the choir. I couldn't pick up who they said doing the Ballard alma mater, and then I'm assuming they'll go into the national anthem, and we'll be carrying that here. Big crowd for Ballard tonight, Bob, as they gather. It's several people here tonight for Ballard. Caldwell County starting to pack the stands across the way. And I think this is the national anthem due now. And a nice rendition of the national anthem by the Ballard Memorial High School Choir as we get the headphones back on. Bob, we get a chance all through football and basketball season to see some really good presentations of the national anthem. That was one of the better ones.
We almost never have a choir perform the national anthem, and they were right down here in front of us. And by the way, looking at the field, we're up pretty high, higher than I thought we would be. Pretty good looking field, well marked. The sun has gone down and makes the yard stripes easier to see. No clouds in the sky. It's going to be a nice night for football, but it was an outstanding effort. The alma mater probably went through 4 stanzas or 5 stanzas.
Lengthy, yeah, it was like the Whitney Houston national anthem. I think it lasted several minutes. We are about 13 minutes away from kicking this one off. This is the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. McGregor Group Heating and Air are here for all of your heating and air conditioning needs, including installations for new constructions, replacements, repairs, and maintenance, offering a high-quality product with highly qualified staff. McGregor Heating and Air wishes the Tigers a hot winning streak. And Bob, hopefully this is the last hot night of football. We're going to have temperatures still in the low 80s here at game time. Looking for a much better weather next week against Mayfield at home, but a pretty warm start tonight. We'll see how the players do. I don't think Caldwell's going to leave a lot of kids out there maybe long enough to even bother with cramps tonight. I don't look for starters to be in much past halftime if things go as we think it's going to be scripted tonight.
And that's what we're also thinking, that's what's going to happen. So it is a cooler night than normal, and next week with these advanced forecasts that we're looking at, it's going to be mid-70s maybe by next Friday night. No rain, unfortunately, but a dry cold front coming through.
So we'll take that. We're going to take a break and be right back. We'll get the coin toss in, also the kickoff coming up, the injury report from Dr. Mike Littlejohn, all that coming your way in just a couple of minutes. You've been listening to the McGregor Group Heating and Air pregame show. We appreciate those guys being with us last season, this season too. They've been some good friends of WPKY, and we appreciate them. So if you see any of those guys, tell them thank you for helping us to bring you Tiger football. Just about 11 and a half minutes before we kick this one off, we'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to Tiger football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
This is Donnie Baker, owner of Audubell Hearing Center, and I am surprised that so many people still haven't heard about our new office location here in Princeton. That's right, the best hearing aid in the world is now available in the Princeton Plaza. If you're experiencing hearing loss, call for a free hearing test, 270-554-1900. I'm Donnie Baker, helping you hear well at Audubell.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes, we're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
2019 Ram Crew Cab, 4x4, 16,000 miles. NADA retail, $39,150. Trice priced at $36,500.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or TriceHughes.com.
You can hear Tiger Sports live right here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and at WPKYonline.com. You can also follow all the Caldwell County sports teams at YourSportsEdge.com. There's a whole section for Caldwell County Tiger fans if you like what you see. Download the YSE app. It's free. It's a new day for sports coverage for Tiger fans. YourSportsEdge.com and WPKY support Caldwell County sports.
This is Kathy Wynn, and I would like to invite you to come experience Farmers Bank. I have worked here for more than 25 years, and I love taking care of our customers. I have no doubt you'll enjoy banking with us, so come by and see me at our main office to set up your account. And don't worry if you have small children, bring them with you, because we've got a kids corner to keep them busy while we take care of you. Being customer, community, and employee-driven is what we're all about, so stop by and see us at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
The time for talk is over. It's game time. Caldwell County football lives on WPKY. Let's check in with the WPKY sports crew live at the stadium.
And welcome back to Ballard Memorial High School. We're only about 9 minutes away from kicking this one off tonight. The 4-1 Caldwell County Tigers take on the 0-4 Ballard Memorial Bombers. Bob, it's time, point of the night, that we'll take a look at the injury report for tonight's game. That's brought to us by Dr. Mike Littlejohn. Dr. Mike would like to wish the Tigers a safe and successful season. Dr. Mike Littlejohn is your one-stop shop for all of your sports medical needs.
And in the injury report, Dennis, we have Riley Orange, who was banged up a little bit last week in the Union County game, slight concussion. So Coach McGowan didn't think he would see any action tonight. Also, Michael Vickery injured about 3 games ago. Some issues with his kneecap. Probably will not play tonight. So those two are the only ones that we know will be out. Everybody else seems to be full strength, including the ankle that Travion played well in the Crittenden County game, played well in the Union County game. So it looks like he's healed from his ankle sprain that kept him out of a couple games.
That's good to know for Travion. We like seeing that kid out on the field all we can. We're going to take a pause right here. We're going to go ahead and have tonight's prayers. Caldwell already has the captains on the far sideline. We'll be going down to the field shortly for the coin toss tonight. Let's have the prayer that we normally have every Friday night. Holy God, thank you for another Friday night. We ask that you protect each student that steps on the field tonight, and we also ask that you bless the efforts of each student in ways they never thought possible. In Jesus' name we pray.
And further, Lord, we ask you to continue to give comfort to the Barnes family, courage and sportsmanship to the players, patience and understanding to the coaches, wisdom and knowledge to the game officials, and lastly, peace to us all. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Caldwell County's captains on the far sideline, still Ballard Memorial in their end zone, yet to come out to the sideline. Coin toss tonight will be brought to you by Travis Construction and Concrete. Travis Construction and Concrete for all of your construction and concrete needs, as well as driveways, porches, foundations, basement walls, decorative concrete, remodels, and more. If it's concrete, they do it. Good luck, Tigers, and here's to building a successful year from Travis Construction and Concrete. And the captains for Ballard coming out. Bob, quickly, we talked about the offense for the Tigers. We didn't really mention the defense, but they have been playing extremely well the last several games, and led by Van Hoosier and also Ben Holt. You've got Devin Kilgore up front. Just a lot of names that we call week in and week out. This team, this side of the ball, is really putting on a show so far this year for the Tigers.
It's, again, the whole team has played well offensively and defensively. And those kids that you just mentioned are leading the parade. And we've also gotten great secondary coverage. Max Kramer, Max Ashley, Russ Bashir in the safety position. So there's really it's been a great year. I've only lost the one game to Hopkinsville. So 4-1 coming in, and with a chance, obviously, to go 5-1 and get ready for the big district matchup next week against Mayfield.
Yeah, the captains going out on the field, getting ready for that Travis Construction and Concrete coin toss. Give Travis Construction and Concrete a call for anything. We just read the list, Bob. If you've got something to do with concrete, give those guys a call. We're going to take it down now to the field and get ready for the coin toss with Todd Griffin.
All right, getting ready for the Tigers and the Bombers here. The team captains shaking hands at midfield, and we'll have the coin toss here in just a little bit. Still some handshaking going on, and here we go.
Again, all players legally equipped, exhibit sportsmanship, wear their uniforms properly, all right? All right? Guys, it's incumbent on you to know when the play is over. And in order to play this great game in the future, you have to play by the rules to keep your opponent safe. Not just yourself, but to keep your opponent safe, okay? That means we can continue to play in the future, all right? So let's do that. Play by rule. That's heads, that's tails. That's heads, that's tails. I'm going to toss it. Call it while it's in the air, nice and loud for me. If I drop it, we toss it again, understand? Very good.
Tails.
Tails. It's called tails. It is tails. You won the toss. You want to defer?
Defer the second half.
Defer to second half. All right, Caldwell wants to defer to the second half. You want to receive the football, and you're going to defend your scoreboard. Correct? All right, so you guys go right over there. You all come over here.
All right, guys, you heard it there. The Tigers have won the toss. They have elected to defer to the second half. Ballard Memorial will get the ball first here tonight in the center. Back up to you, Dennis.
All right, Todd, thank you very much for that. Love the coverage down on the field for the coin toss. Getting the words, it just shows each referee completely different on what they tell the players in the coin toss. That's really neat to pick up, something that we haven't been able to do in the past. So the Tigers did win the toss. They'll defer to the second half as Ballard gets ready to come out on the field. Big homecoming night here for the Bombers. They've had a lot of activity going on, but we are just about set to kick this one off.
And the officiating crew.
On the clock. I'm sorry, Bob.
The officiating crew, we point out, normally we've been seeing 7 officials in Princeton, but down here tonight, the first region only goes with 5 officials for the most part, so only 5 striped shirts on the field tonight for the far as the officiating crew goes.
Caldwell County the heavy favorite in this one. They'll come in 4-1 on the season. As Bob said, the only loss to Hopkinsville at the Stadium of Champions. Ballard 0-4 on the season, only scored 1 touchdown per game. It's been a running clock situation in all of their contests so far this year. So we don't want to belittle any opponent. You got to play everybody on your schedule, but this one should be a heavy favorite in favor of Caldwell County.
It appears to be that way, Dennis, and early on we'll see how the direction of the game turns. 3 and out for Ballard will Be huge for us to get a great field position after they, if they go 3 and out. Hopefully there won't be a sustained march on their part.
And Bob, pretty neat. We've got coaches in the box with us tonight. First time that's happened in a long time for us. I think one of the last times, going back years ago, that coaches were in the box with the radio guys. Neil Cummins was still coaching and hit the counter so hard over a play, over I think a call going on, that it knocked the power off. We went off the air for a little while. So a lot can happen. It's fun to have the guys up here. You get a little bit more in-depth into what's going on in the game if we pick up on them a little bit. So glad to have those guys up here with us tonight.
Exactly.
Guys are going out on the field, and the kickoff tonight is brought to you by Purcell Tire. Let's kick off the school year right with a free vehicle checkup from Purcell Tire. Trust us to keep your vehicle running so that you'll never be late for school or work. Purcell Tire, U.S. Highway 62 West in Princeton, or you can get in touch with them at www.purcelltire.com.
And also we remind you this first quarter is being brought to you by Cozy Living. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique has been under the ownership and management of Pam and Hab Haverlock for the past 3 years. They have beautiful furniture, bedding, accessories, and gifts. They are also your local U-Haul dealer. Stop in and see Jake, the store mascot, see all the sales that are always going on. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, everything a home should be.
Players get set to kick this one off. We're going to have Blake Viverette do the honors as usual. Kids having a great season both on kickoffs and on extra point attempts. Bob, the last time the Tigers and the Bombers played each other was 2014, and a kid named Elijah Sindelar had a big night, threw for 347 yards. Jalen Boyd had around 80 yards on the night. Kickoff is up, angled toward the corner. It's going to lay at the 5-yard line, picked up, great coverage by the Tigers. That was number 17, Trenton Howard on the return for Ballard. Not much there, so the Bombers will take over at the, looks like they're going to mark it at about the 11-yard line, Bob. As we said in the pregame, Ballard County is going to keep the ball on the ground most of the time. They only have 11 throws on the season through 4 games, so don't look for a lot from them. They'll start out with 1 deep back, 1 in motion. Handoff goes up the middle, nothing there for the Bombers. Caldwell County pushes that one back, maybe a yard on the play, not much more. Bob, they'll option it a little bit, but still it's going to be on the ground.
Gang tackle on that particular play. There were play broke down pretty quickly.
And for the Bombers at quarterback, it's going to be
Parker Rathman.
Parker Rathman. He's out of the shotgun. Handoff up the middle, picks up about 3 on the carry. It's still going to be 3rd down and about 3 for Ballard County. Bob, a number we see in there right now, Travion Samuel. Good to see him.
And this is
WPKY Princeton. Got to be legal, Bob, before we get the next play in on this.
I saw John bouncing around. I didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. High formation out of the shotgun. Rathman hands off to the first back through and then turns around and was able to shake hands with him if he needed to because he didn't go anywhere. Tate Van Hoosier in on the hit. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Bombers.
Tate Van Hoosier on the stop for the Tigers will bring up 4th and 5.
4th down and 5. There's a loss on the play of 2 yards on that one. So good jump by Van Hoosier to get into that backfield. Ballard's going to punt this one away. They'll make contact about the 5 yard. Oh, over his head in the end zone. He's trying to get it away. Tigers are swarming. And I think they got him in the end zone. It is safety, Caldwell County. Snap too high for the punter, and Caldwell County got through the line. So a quick 2-0 lead for Caldwell County.
With 10:01 to go in the first quarter.
And Bob, you can almost look at that like the running clocks that we've had so far this year. We've gone for a 2-point conversion to put it at 36. So that could be big right there, as far as the running clock situation goes. So Ballard will get the free kick now after the safety. Caldwell County should come up with very good field position after this one. 10:01 still left in the first quarter. You've got Hollowell and Wells back at about their own 35-yard line. I didn't see their kicker warm up any tonight, Bob. Did you? I'm not sure what kind of leg he's got. It's one of the linemen doing the kicking.
I did not see any punting going on or any kickoff type plays going on.
Got it teed up at the 20 after the safety. Kick is in the air. It's going to be fielded at the 41-yard line by Wells. He's across the 50, tries to go near sideline. Still on his feet, finally dragged down inside the 40-yard line of Ballard Memorial. Down to the 36-yard line, I think is where they're going to mark that one, Bob. So a good return by Barron Wells. And Russ Bashir will come out for his first turn with the offense tonight.
Ball mark, Dennis, on the
36-yard line. Caldwell County is going to come out with a trip set to the right. You've got Wells, the lone receiver, to the left. Hollowell to the left of Bashir. Snap is back. Quick hit to Hollowell. Dodges a tackler at the 40. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard down to the 35.
Was that Ben or De'Aaron?
No, it was De'Aaron.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think Ben's on the field right now.
So no gain.
So trip set's going to move to the left. Hand off to Hollowell, finds a hole on the right side, spins after the contact all the way down to the 30, maybe inside. Good run by De'Eric Hollowell. And Bob, we can't say it enough. I know folks maybe have listened all year long. We talk about how the kid gets the contact, keeps on churning this year. Ball's down to the 29-yard line. Third down and about 3 for the Tigers. Bashir drops back, looks down the field, complete to Van Hoosier. Ball goes on the ground. I think it's going to be recovered by Caldwell County inside the 20-yard line. That's Wells on the recovery. So as Van Hoosier on the reception, picked up about 2 yards on the fumble as it rolled into the arms of Barron Wells. 2 receivers each way. Empty backfield as Bashir rolls, looks to the end zone. Now he's going to keep it, turns up the field. Gets hit at the sideline, still on his feet, finding his way, looking for that pylon. Gets very close to it, Bob. I think he's going to be inside the 5. Tough angle here when you get down to the ends of the field. It's going to be a 1st and goal for Caldwell County.
Tigers at the 5-yard line.
Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. I think it's actually going to be at about the 3, Bob. 1st and goal from the 3. Bashir has Van Hoosier and Hollowell in the backfield. Low snap, Bashir takes it, throws to Hollowell, incomplete at the goal line. Second down and goal coming up for the Tigers. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout called on the field. And we'll take one with them. 8:07 left in the first quarter. Caldwell leads this one 2-0. Back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Cozy Living Interior and Boutique, Lawn Cutters Equipment LLC, Big John's Barbecue, Brantley Furniture, Bella Marie Boutique, Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, Fredonia Valley Bank, Great Wall of China, and by Farless Realty. Caldwell County Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on your free WPKY app.
Back to Ballard High School. Caldwell County leads this one 2-0. That timeout brought to you by Rousseau Law. Rousseau Law is located in downtown Princeton, ready to serve all of your legal needs. Here's to a great season for the Tigers from your friends at Russo Law. Team's back on the field after the timeout. Caldwell County is going to go with Van Hoosier and Hollowell in the backfield. Handoff goes to Hollowell, trying to get around the end, and does easily. Untouched, end zone, touchdown Tigers. Caldwell County's line sealed that one off to perfection as Hollowell got to the left side and walked into the corner. 8-0 quickly here at Ballard County. Blake Viverette in. Kids having a great season. Snap is back. Kick is up and good. Taco John's extra point kick good for Blake Viverette. Taco John's, what's better than a taco? A bunch of tacos. Try a 6-pack in a pound. That features 6 crispy beef or soft shell tacos and a pound of Olays. What a great meal to split or keep for yourself. Taco John's of Princeton, your perfect game day meal. And you put Blake Viverette in anymore, Bob, he's just about automatic on the extra points. Kids having a wonderful season out here and also doing pretty good on the soccer field where Caldwell County had some excitement the other night. The boys, with their 4th win of the season, doubled the win total for all of last year. They beat Christian County by a score of 3-2 the other night with a little bit of extracurricular activity thrown in there. But
those that attended that game not only saw a soccer game, it was just about witnessed a brawl.
Yeah, it was on the field and in the stands. So a wild night at Butler Stadium last Tuesday night. Hope you'll tune in again next Tuesday night for Tuesday Night Soccer on WPKY.
And so right now, 4 minutes elapsed in the game, and the Tigers up 9-0 over Ballard.
Kickoff by Viverette is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Bombers will come out and take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Big crowd for Caldwell County is across the way, Bob. We looked over on the bleachers. They were about half full 10 minutes before the game. Looks like every bleacher taken across the way now.
Good crowd for the Tigers, and we were noticing off air, a good crowd for the Bombers as well tonight.
Yeah. So Ballard goes on offense. Parker Rathman will set up in the shotgun. I formation behind him. Put one in motion. Handoff to the deep back. Finds a hole. Gets up to near the 25-yard line. And I think they are going to give him 5 on the play, Bob. 2nd down and 5 coming up for Ballard. Trenton Howard is their main back, although Rathman leads the team in rushing yards coming into tonight's game also. Trenton Howard is number 17.
And they're still lined up in their I formation. The quarterback back in shotgun formation.
Pitch is going to go to Howard. Tries to get across the right side up around the 25. Nice tackle from behind by Ben Holt. Chased that one down and held him to maybe a yard gain. No gain on the play, they say, so it'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up for Ballard. It's funny, they called no gain on the PA system, but the marker moved up a yard, so let's call it 3rd and 4. What
He
do you
gained
say?
1 yard.
I think so.
Unless the 25 has changed.
It's the 25 moved on them. I formation with the shotgun, a different formation than you see a lot of times. They'll put one in motion. Rathman's going to drop back, try his first pass tonight, and he's got some pressure, throws it out of bounds. And he was about a half a second away from maybe eating that one because he had some pressure from big number 50 for Caldwell County, John Paredes.
One of our favorite players.
Yeah, he is. Nice kid. I got to meet him out at Taco John's. And a polite, nice kid, fun to talk to. So,
and a really dedicated football player.
He is that. 4th down. Punt unit comes back on for Ballard. Not much luck the last time as it sailed over the kicker's head. Caldwell converted it into a safety. This time he'll make contact from about his own 15. Wills is back for the Tigers. Kick is away this time. Wells receives it at his own 49. Tries to go around the right side. He's across the 40. 35. Got some room on the far sideline. Still on his feet. And he's going to take this one to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. 51-yard return, Barron Wells. And Caldwell County increases their lead now 15-0. And Bob, after a couple of initial touches on that far side, Barron just turned on the afterburners and left everybody.
We had the wall really set up on the side, and Barron runs well. He always runs with his blocks.
Probably, if he's not the fastest Tiger, one of the fastest Tigers. Viverette in for the extra point attempt. Taco John's extra point is up, and it is good. So with 6:11 left in the first quarter, Caldwell County out quickly in this one. It's the Tigers 16, the Bombers nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Health First Community Health Center, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Josh Cook Modern Woodman, K.E.'s Kitchen, Kentucky Homes Realty, Fraternal Financial, Pennyroyal District Health Department, Raider Auction Company, The Joshua Tree, and by Pennyroyal Home Medical. Caldwell County Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on your free WPKY app.
Back to Ballard County High School. Blake Viverette will kick it away after Caldwell County has picked up their second touchdown of the night, 16-0. 2 touchdowns and a safety for the Tigers early in this one. Viverette has his team set. He approaches. Last one was into the end zone. This one is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. That's Howard. Finds a hole up the middle. He's got some room. Only the kicker to beat. He's by him. Now see if we can track him down. Down to the 25. 20 going for the corner. Dives in. Let's see the signal. Touchdown, Bombers. A 95-yard kickoff return by Trenton Howard. So that equals their average, Bob, through the first 4 games of the season. Has scored 1 touchdown a game, but a good run and a big hole up the middle. Howard found it and then just outraced everybody.
In the last 25 yards, he outran Barron Wells to get to the corner of the end zone.
And that's saying something in itself. So touchdown Ballard, as Howard will come over and get a breather, understandably, after that great run. Not sure if Ballard's going to try to go for 2. I don't see the big kid they had kicking off. A little bit of confusion out there. And Bob, I've yet to see a play clock. Do you?
And Dennis,
we're looking down on that end.
That was Trenton Howard on the return.
Yeah, Trenton Howard from 95, the best I could tell, where he received that kick. They're going to go 4-2. They line up. It's going to be Rathman keeping it. Gets in for the 2-point conversion. So just like that, Ballard County cuts the Caldwell lead in half. With 5:54 left in the first quarter, it's Caldwell County 16, Ballard 8. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Caldwell County sports coverage is brought to you in part by Treasures Remembered, Wallace Toy, Josh Ray, Woodman Light, Armory Gun Shop, Black Patch Grill, Jeff Russo, Attorney at Law, Pet Grooming by David Rogers, Taco John's, The Joint Barbecue, and by Community Medical Clinic. Caldwell County Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, worldwide at WPKYonline.com, and on your free WPKY app.
And we are back to Ballard County High School. A surprising score on a kickoff return, Bob, but that was a 95-yard run by Trenton Howard. Got through the Caldwell County line, had the kicker to beat, and Viverette made a good effort for him, but got by him. Then after that, like you said, outran Barron Wells all the way down to the far corner of the end zone. 16-8 now, Tigers.
So we've had basically all the points scored on special teams, more or less. Punt return, kickoff return, and the safety. coupled with Russ's 3-yard run for a touchdown, or Derek's 3-yard run for a touchdown.
So Ballard's going to put it up at the 40. Caldwell County's going to put 2 back deep. Hollowell and Wells. Pooch kick's going to come on. Onside kick, touched by the Tigers. Gets by the first one, recovered by the second one. Recovering that one was number 52, Angel Long. So Caldwell County's going to have great field position after the onside kick. They'll take over on their own 47-yard line. Let's see if they can't get that kickoff return back on this drive. Trip set to the far side. Wells, the near side receiver, he's going to go in tight to the line. Hollowell in the backfield. Bashir drops back, gets the ball over to Wells, complete across the middle. Wells gets to the sideline, still on his feet across the 35, fighting his way through and finally brought down near the 20-yard line. Wells caught that one wide open over the middle, just about 7 yards past the line of scrimmage. Took it the rest of the way down to the 20-yard line. Lake Barkley CrossFit first down, Caldwell County. Pitch goes to Hollowell. He's got some blockers around this side. Walks it into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. 2 plays. Touchdown. Derek Hollowell. There's a flag on the play. I think that's going to be against the Tigers. So take that one off the board. This one's going to come back. Hollowell walked in untouched. Had some blockers down there. I think the initial call was hold. I didn't pick it up.
Mark back now at the 32.
It is a hold against Caldwell County. Brings the touchdown back, marked at the 32-yard line.
Going to be 1st and 22.
Trip set to the left. Wells to the far side. You've got Derek Hollowell to the right side of Russ. Snap low. Russ picks it up. Tosses it out to Logan Smiley. Did they give him the reception? Down to the 30.
I think they did.
They did. They're saying he caught it, and knee was down when he caught it. Ball came out of his hands pretty quickly. I didn't know what they were going to call. Ball down to the 30, 2nd and 19 for the Tigers. They'll move the trip set to the right. Russ looks down the field, got protection. This one's picked off at the 15-yard line. That's number 26 for Ballard. And he brings it back out after some backwards running, back out to about the 23-yard line. Anthony Thompson for Ballard. So Russ picked off at the 26. Anderson loses about 3 on the return, though. Ballard will take over from their own 23-yard line. Trailing this one 16-8 with 4:45 left to go in the first quarter. Into the game for Caldwell County is Logan Chambliss, number 7. Snap is back to Rathman, hands off to the first back through. Maybe a yard on the play for number 25. Bob, where did their roster go? Number 25 is Logan Hargrove. Travion Samuel on the tackle for Caldwell County. 2nd down and 9 coming up for Ballard. Got the I formation with the shotgun. Rathman keeps it. He's going to option out to the side. Pitches to Howard. Howard had some room. Shoestring tackle by Caldwell County out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That was Logan Chambliss that we just mentioned entering the game. But it is enough for a first down for Ballard County. So Ballard will come to the line. A little bit of confidence maybe building in the Bombers. Bob, they've scored on the long kickoff return and now first down. They've got one receiver to the near side. Snap goes to Rathman. He's going to give it to Howard. Howard gets hit in the backfield, still trying to get away. He's going to be brought down for a loss. We'll see where his forward progress took him. A good gang tackle by Caldwell County.
I think they're going to mark it at the 34, loss of 1.
Wolford in on the tackle for the Tigers. Ball's going to be back to the 30. What do you call it, Bob? The 34?
I think 34, yes.
Okay.
And Caldwell beginning to get in some substitutes, as you mentioned, Wolford and Chambliss. And
also in for the Tigers, Max Kramer is on this side defensively. Chambliss one-on-one with the outside receiver. Rathman keeps it, turns it up the field, picks up some good yardage across the 40. And he's going to get out to about the 43-yard line. Third and 3 coming up for Ballard Memorial. Kind of surprising start to many here tonight, with Ballard only down 16-8 as we near the end of the first quarter, down to 2:30 left. Ballard to the line. They'll send their lone receiver to the far side. I said in the back, snap back to Rathman, hands off to the up back, and he maybe picks up a yard. They're going to put it to the 44-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and about 3.
And we'll see what kind of a gambling team Ballard is with 2 yards to pick up. I would think it's worth a risk in their opinion.
They are keeping the offense on the field. So Ballard comes to the line on a 4th down play. Receiver to the far side. Rathman calls for the snap, hands it to the up back. He's hit, and he's not going to get close to a first down. Ben Holt, Tate Van Hoosier, among others, in on the tackle for Caldwell County, along with number 54, Elijah Shaheen, one of our favorite players. And the turnover on downs is going to give it to Caldwell County in excellent field position. They'll take over at the Ballard 44-yard line, leading this one 16-8. Caldwell County is going to send Max Kramer out wide. He's going to come back in towards the line now, put the trip set packed in tight. Bashir takes it, pitch to Hollowell. Hollowell wants to come around the end. Strong, stiff arms one guy, gets across the 35, and finally brought down near the 30-yard line, down to the 29-yard line. Bob, I like that old-fashioned stiff arm that Hollowell put on the defensive player.
He's pretty good, and that, to me, Dennis, that looked like a lateral, not a forward pass.
Right. Yeah, pitch backwards on that one. Lake Barkley CrossFit first down, Caldwell County. Bashir has Hollowell on his right shoulder. Hands off to Derek, goes up the middle, cuts it to the outside. He's got some room and some blocking. He's across the 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers. No flags that I can see on the field. Some great seal blocking by Caldwell County on these runs by Hollowell to get him around to the end.
2 plays, one of our vintage drives. 2 plays, yes. 44 yards, all on the ground.
And all by drives by Caldwell County tonight.
All by Derek Hollowell.
Blake Viverette in for the Taco John's extra point. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 46 seconds left in the first quarter, it's Caldwell County 23, Ballard 8. Back in 30 seconds, you can follow all of Tiger Sports on yoursportsedge.com.
You're invited to the first annual Community Health Festival presented by Caldwell Medical Center. Join them Saturday, October 19th for a day of games and family-friendly activities. Live local entertainment, food vendors, and free health screenings. Join the fun. Special thank you to their sponsors: BB&T Bank, Wetzel Law Office, Planners Bank, Morgan's Funeral Home, Hydro Gear, and Farmers Bank. For more information, go to CaldwellMedicalCenter.com.
Back to Ballard Memorial High School. Caldwell County leads this one late in the first quarter, 23-8. Bob Derek Hollowell is just a force, and I'm really looking forward. I don't want to look past tonight, but I'm looking forward to see what he does against Mayfield next week. That's going to be a whale of a game at Tiger Stadium.
a really nice game, Dennis. I got to wake John up over here.
That's not often because John is the guy, man. If we had an MVP award, we'd have to give it to John, hands down.
I think I'll take over the controls from John on my button here.
Kick is away from Viverette. Wobbly kick's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Kicks the ball through the end zone.
And Ballard will come out as we near the end of the first quarter.
20-yard line, first down and 10.
Of course, district game here tonight, Bob. You can't overlook anything.
You certainly can't. But we've only run a few plays tonight and have 23 points on the board.
Ballard's going to send a couple of receivers out this time. Single back set. And Rathman's going to keep it himself. Not much there. Gets across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. They had Howard in motion. I thought he was about to pick it up. But Parker Rathman keeps it himself. Picks up one on the play. Oh, they're going to say no gain on the play. Second down and 10 coming up for the Bombers.
Oh, that ball's marked on the 21, is it not, Dennis?
I'm trying to look across the way at the first down marker is right lined up with the chains.
I mean, a touchback, it would be on the 20. It's
20. Yeah, we'll give it 21. Timeout on the field. And we'll keep it right here and tell you about our friends. We mentioned him a little bit earlier, but timeouts this season brought to you by Russo Law. Russo Law is located in downtown Princeton and ready to serve all of your legal needs. So if you've got anything legal you need taken care of, take it down and see Jeff Russo and his office there in downtown Princeton, and he'll take great care of you. And we appreciate Jeff being a part of Tiger football this season. That was the end of the first quarter, Bob. They let the clock run on out, so I thought they'd called timeout on the field into the first quarter. So after one, it's Caldwell County 23, Ballard 8. We'll keep it right here, John. That was my mistake on that one.
And we remind you the second quarter, again, is being brought to you by Cozy Living. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located on Northfield Drive next to the bowling alley. Stop in and see Pam and Hale and Haberlock. Also, Jake, the store mascot, see what kind of deals that Pam has in the store. Always something going on out there. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, everything a home should be.
As we get ready to start the second quarter of play, Caldwell County leading this one 23-8. So I've still yet to see the play clock. So, okay. Ballard puts one in motion.
Reverse.
It's going to be a reverse to Howard. Trying to go around the right side, hit and brought down for about a yard loss back to the 20-yard line. Played nicely by Caldwell County. Back to the 20. It was Ben Holt on the stop for Caldwell County. Bob, we're being attacked by bugs in
what
here.
are these things, Dennis?
I don't know, but they're annoying as can be. Third down and 10 coming up for the Bombers. Into the ball game for Caldwell County is, well, he didn't turn around. I lost his number. Snap is back. It's going to be Howard across the left side of the line. Brought down, ball on the ground. We'll see if they're going to call him down or if it's recovered by Caldwell County.
On the kick, yeah. Yes.
And they're going to say it was. Did they call a fumble?
It's about 6 yards before the ball comes loose.
We don't know yet.
And they're going to say it's Ballard football. They're pointing Ballard's direction. Ball out to the 29-yard line. So that should bring up fourth down, if I'm not mistaken.
4th and 1.
4th and 1 coming up for the Bombers. A little bit of confusion there. I think they're talking to see if he was already down before that ball came out. So Rathman will have an I formation out of the gun behind him as Ballard's going to go for it. Snap is back. They hand off to the up back, and it looks like he fell forward just enough for the first down. Football just across the 30-yard line, so first down Ballard.
They've already moved the freaking chains.
New set of downs coming up for the Bombers.
Nose left goal.
We talked about how nice it was to have uniforms where you could actually see numbers on both sides of the football tonight. Player in motion for Ballard. Rathman takes it. Hands off to the deep back. Howard, he gets taken down and loses a helmet in the process. Tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
When you get Davis off, I would appreciate it. When I call a slant, he slants. He plays straight into
Elijah Shaheen on the tackle for Caldwell County. The ball is going to be spotted back at the, let's call it the 28-yard line.
Brings up second and 12.
Second and 12, second and a long 12 coming up for the Bombers.
Maybe a short 13.
Short 13. We can, are you glass half full or glass half empty? I guess that
Exactly.
depends what that comes down to.
Maybe I won't Maybe I won't take any of these bugs home with me tonight.
Rathman with the snap. Wants to take it to the deep
Whoops.
back. Busted play. Now he's chased by Travion Samuel. Hit in the backfield. Quarterback comes down at the 25. Samuel took a big smack all the way back at the 18-yard line. That's where the flags came in at.
It's
And I'm not sure if they
personal
call
foul
that
against them.
kind of a targeting call. So the
Whoever-
busted play didn't come out well at all for Ballard County.
Yeah.
So the penalty will be a 15-yarder. The loss on the play was about a yard and the down. We'll see what the Tigers do on this one.
Even though the penalty was like thrown for Travion being blown up, he put a lick on that guy that he ran into.
Yeah, I don't think the guy that laid the lick got the complete best end of the deal. Caldwell's going to back him up, and it'll be inside the 10-yard line back to about the 9-yard line, Bob. So the personal foul call against Ballard County. Helmet to helmet is what the public address announcer is giving us. 9:17 left to go in the first half. Tigers leading this one 23-8. Hope everyone is enjoying the live stream tonight as we are on the road. Get to bring that to you tonight.
I think it's 2nd and 31.
We'll just call it second and a country mile, I guess, on this one, won't we? They've got to get to their own 41-yard line for a first down. Ball spotted at their own 9 right now as they'll send the most receivers we've seen all night, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Got a slot back near the line. Rathman throws. This one's overthrown, and if Wells hadn't been held, I think he may have had a bead on that ball.
He was honing in on the ball.
Yeah. Ballard had a handful of number 21's jersey. So third down and extremely long now coming up for the Bombers. Incompletion stops the clock with 8:39 to go in the half.
Does he know where it started now?
We've seen a lot of teams, Bob, on the schedule this year go back to the huddle. That may be a thing that's starting to come back a little bit. Ballard, strictly a huddle team. One receiver split each way. Now 2 receivers to the left. Rathman looks down the field. This one incomplete. Van Hoosier had a bead on Trenton Howard. Had Howard caught that ball. So fourth down, they would have to come all the way out, like we said, to the 41-yard line. They're going to bring their punt team out. He's going to make contact about his own goal line. Barron Wells back at the Bomber 39. Snap is back. Good snap this time. Pressure from Van Hoosier. He gets it away, angles it to the sideline, and it'll go out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. We'll see where the official stops walking at. Looks like it's going to be about the 28-yard line.
It's
we'll
not
see
the
whether
32.
I don't think it's the 32 like the PA announcer said. I think it's inside the 30. We'll let him lay it down and see. 28-yard line is what we're going to call it. 1st and 10, Caldwell County. Trip Branch, near side receiver. Big package to the left side of the line for the Tigers. Caldwell had some movement on the end. They'll back it up 5 yards on that one. Gavin Board got a little bit quick, and that'll back Caldwell County up 5. So 1st and 15 now for the Tigers. They'll stay in the same formation. 8:28 to go as the officials talk a little bit more. Now they're going to move the ball back up a yard. As Bob said, 5-man crew for the officials tonight. Snap is back to Bashir. Looks down the field, complete at the 32-yard line to Wells. Picks his way across, stiff arm, finds the corner, touchdown Tigers. Nobody followed him the rest of the way. Caldwell County has a player down on the 5-yard line. Now a flag comes in late. Player for the Tigers bounces back up, but the flag came in probably 15 seconds after the play was over. Wells walked into the end zone, and it is a personal foul against Ballard after the play. 29-8 now Caldwell County as Viverette will come in to try the Taco John's extra point. Logan Smiley, the holder this season on extra point attempts. And I guess they will assess that one after the on the kickoff, rather. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:12 left to play in the first half, it's Caldwell County 30, Ballard 8. Back in 30 seconds, this is Tiger football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
We live in one of the greatest agricultural communities in Kentucky and in the country, and that comes with responsibility, especially during harvest season. Penny Ryle Electric reminds you to watch for heavy farm machinery on the roads. For farmers, staying safe means surveying for overhead power lines and underground utilities when moving large or elevated equipment, and when beginning any excavation project like tiling or fence post digging. Need guidance? Call Penny Ryle Electric. They've been cooperating with the ag community for now 82 years.
Back to Ballard County High School. Tigers well out in front now, 30-8. Todd, are you with us? You want to tell us about that flag on the play? I think it was a cheap shot a little bit late by Ballard County.
Yeah, Dennis, there was a hit behind the play when Barron Wells was running for the touchdown. Tate Van Hoosier took a shot, but Chris looked like he got up and ran off the field and was okay.
Yeah, he got up and ran off the field. He was, he didn't seem like it fazed him too very much.
So yeah, that's what went on there on that play, Dennis. Back up to you and Bob.
All right, thank you, Todd. Bob, I think if you're going to pick somebody to have a late hit on, you don't want to pick Tate Van Hoosier.
Absolutely, or in my opinion, Travion.
Yeah. Those are guys you might want to shy away from instead of trying to pick something with. Penalty is going to be enforced here on the kickoff, so Viverette will kick this one away from the Ballard 45-yard line. This one all the way out of the end zone, no problem there for Viverette. Touchback, and Ballard will come out and take over at their own 20-yard line. Bob, we have mentioned during the pregame show, I think Chris George even counted them up. Only 25 players for Ballard that dressed out tonight, 8 of those upperclassmen. So a young team and pretty lean team for Ballard Memorial.
They're playing well. They're just undermanned, Dennis, is to make a long story short.
They do have a couple of good players. That Trenton Howard kid can play for just about anybody around. So you've got a single receiver to the near side. I formation set. Rathman hands it to the deep back. He's hit in the backfield. That's Howard, and he's not going to get back to the 20. He's going to be brought down around the 18-yard line, I think they're going to give him.
Keep walking back, maybe the 17.
Not the brightest lit place in the house. Field looks like it's in good condition, but loss of 2 on the play back to the 18, so 2nd down and 12 for the Bombers. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have the Little Caesars halftime report. Bob will have all of the first half stats. We'll take it down to the field, talk to Todd at halftime. All that coming your way on the Little Caesars halftime report. Player in motion. Rathman gives it to Howard. And not much on the play, Bob. I don't even know if he picked up a yard on that one.
We'll call it no gain.
Good tackling by Caldwell County. In on the play, number 63, Devin Kilgore. Howard's going to come out of the game. I think he's got helmet issues, holding his helmet up to the sideline. Ballard in the huddle. They'll come to the line facing a 3rd down and 12. Wells is going to be on coverage on the far side. High formation with a player in motion. Rathman rolls. He's got some company in the back. Spins, hit, brought down at the 6-yard line.
Who's 50 for us, Dennis? That was
50 is Paredes, and 60 is Dalton. It was 50, right?
Right, it was 50.
So they're going to spot it back at the 8-yard line. Still a big loss on the play. 4th down and long again for the Bombers as they'll bring the punt unit out. This kid's had to punt from some dangerous positions all game tonight, Bob. He's going to make contact with this one inside his own end zone. Baron Wells is back for Caldwell County inside the Bomber 40. Low snap, rolls to him. He gets it away, not much on it. Kind of hits and dies. It'll roll out to the 28-yard line. Caldwell County is going to have great field position. Bob, that one had spin like one of your wedge shots back at the Chamber Scramble back in the summer.
Only wish. It was about as low as my wedge.
Well, they did get a lot of air on it. You're right there. Ball on the 28, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. So you look to increase this lead 30-8. Caldwell County leads this one with 5:35 left to go in the first half. Russ Bashir has some pressure from the back, gets it complete to Van Hoosier at the 25, gets it inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. It's going to be very close to a 1st down. Van Hoosier did a good job getting open as Bashir was having trouble finding anybody. 2nd down and 1 coming up for the Tigers. And whistle on the play. Ballard having trouble getting anybody in. They called a timeout really quick to avoid the penalty in the 1st down. Timeout on the field. 5:05 to go in the first half, 30-8 Caldwell County. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
The best times are on the lake, eating your favorite foods, sipping on a drink, and listening to live music. The summer concert series at Eddy Creek Marina Resort is open for business, and there's plenty of room for you. Live bands every Saturday night, weekly specials at Echo Charlie's Restaurant, which is open from breakfast till dinner. Some of the faves are homemade crab cakes, Bubba's Key West salt rings, and the hand-patted Barkley Burger. Pontoon rentals, cabins, and more to enjoy at Eddy Creek Marina and Echo Charlie's this summer.
Back to Ballard County High School as Caldwell County will take over on offense from the Ballard 28-yard line.
19.
Oh, excuse me, 19-yard line. Hollowell in the backfield with Bashir. Tripp set to the left. You've got Tripp Branch to the right by himself. Corner route just over the outstretched arms of the receiver. He was open. After he comes back in some light, Bob, we'll see who that was. I think it was maybe Wells.
It is dark.
Very dark in that corner. Yeah, that was Baron Wells. So Caldwell County comes to the line. Still the trip set to the left. Bashir fakes it to Hollowell, keeps it himself, goes up the middle, picks his way through, down near the goal line. Looks like he's inside the 5 to about the 4. Enough for a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. Russ Bashir on the keeper. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers. Quick snap. Bashir rolls to the right, looks to the end zone, throws, complete, touchdown, Tate Van Hoosier. And 4-yard touchdown pass, Bashir to Van Hoosier, comes with 4:29 left to go in the first half. 36-8 as Viverette will come in and try to tack on the Taco John's extra point. Snap is back, kick is up, and good. 4:29 to go in the first half. 37-8. Caldwell County leads this one big. Back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
WPKY. We're working hard for you.
And thank y'all for being here, WPKY, for a great job y'all do on it with the community and being out and being involved on everything. Great. Hey, y'all's programs are great. And what about those sports teams that we have on, Tigers, Lady Tigers on it? Just awesome that what we're able to do with them on it.
Thanks for your kind words. We're working hard to serve Caldwell County and you. 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Back to Ballard Memorial, 37-8. Caldwell County. Bob, we heard our friend Bridgie Miller on the last spot. There, we appreciate the kind words from Bridgie. The last time the Tigers and the Bombers met, it was Bridgie and Danny Beavers on the call. And of course, we want to send out our prayers and hope everybody will pray for Danny as he recovers from some health issues. But those guys did the game when Elijah put up a lot of yards that night. Kickoff taken at the 4-yard line. Going to try to bring it around the side. No good there. Good coverage by the Tigers. Number 45 on the tackle. That's Barrett Cotton, a 6'1 freshman. Bob, this is our 5th season on this. We spent 4 years in 3A, back to 2A this year for the first time in a while. Ballard County in the huddle at their own 10. Ball was spotted at the 15-yard line. We got the I formation. He'll send the slot back in motion. Hand off to the deep back. That's Howard. Almost found a hole, slung down by the jersey by number 54.
Elijah Shaheen.
Elijah is going to be a monster as he gets a little bit bigger
and sophomore,
and a lot more experience under his belt. Yeah, he's tough right now, but can you imagine the kid by the time he's a senior? They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 10. Sure, that's got to be discouraging for Trenton Howard to think he's found a biggest hole in a while.
There was a big hole until Elijah just closed it.
Snap is back again, back to the deep back. He's going to hit maybe a yard on the play, but not much more than that. Is that Tiger line not giving? Going to bring up 3rd down and long now for Ballard County. Max Kramer in on the tackle. I'm going to say a yard, Bob. I'd give him.
I think it's a short 9 myself.
Out to the 16-yard line. As we go under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Ballard's going to run 90% of the time, 95% of the time. They've got a player in motion. Rathman takes it. Pitch is going to go to Howard. Goes across the left side. Gets out near the 20-yard line, but that's it, as it'll bring up 4th down again for Ballard County. Elijah Shaheen trying to put his name in for that nice plaque from C3 Electric. Player on the ground for Ballard right now. I think it's a player fighting cramps. We talked in the pregame show, Bob. They've got 6, 7, 8 players that play both ways. And still a warm night here as we near the end of September. So stretching out a few cramps here. Bob totaling the stats up, getting ready for the Poly-I stats coming your way at halftime.
So far tonight, Dennis, Russ is 7 out of 9 with 1 interception and throwing the ball well.
Yeah, he connected on his last pass to Tate Van Hoosier for 4 yards for a big touchdown.
Barron Wells also has a touchdown via the air.
4th down coming up for the Bombers as they'll bring the punt team out. Wells stationed at the 50. Snap is back. It's a low snap. Caldwell blocks it. And received by Ballard at the 10. They had a player just happened to be in the spot. Picked up the deflection off the block. Bob, I don't know who to give the block to. There were so many Tigers in the backfield.
There were at least 4 back there that probably did touch it.
That ball came in low. Hunter tried to get it away, but not much hope there. Caldwell County is going to start out 1st and goal from the 10-yard line, as they'll try to set up the running clock situation here in the first half. Trip set to the right. Trip Branch, the one all the way out, the farthest on the near side. Swing pass over to Hollowell, and he walks in untouched. Touchdown, Tigers. Bashir to Hollowell. 43-8 now. 1 play, 10-yard touchdown pass. So extra point big as we'll get to the running clock. Snap is back to Smiley. He gets it down. Kick is up. And first miss for Viverette. As that one went low. So with 1:55 left in the first half, it's 43-8. Caldwell County will take 30 seconds and be right back. This is Tiger football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
This is Kathy Wynn, and I would like to invite you to come experience Farmers Bank. I have worked here for more than 25 years, and I love taking care of our customers. I have no doubt you'll enjoy banking with us, so come by and see me at our main office to set up your account. And don't worry if you have small children, bring them with you, because we've got a kids corner to keep them busy while we take care of you. Being customer, community, and employee-driven is what we're all about, so stop by and see us at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Back to Ballard County High School. Caldwell County 1 point shy of the running clock as they lead this one 43-8 as Vibrate gets sick to kick this one off. Let's take it down to the field and Todd, because I think he got a good eye of who got the block.
Yeah, Dennis, we were looking at that one on the sideline. I believe Max Kramer got the block, and, you know, the Ballard guy caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage after the punt was blocked. He could have headed upfield with the ball if he'd have wanted to.
Thank you, Todd, for that report. Kickoff is bobbled and finally handled by Ballard County. He gets it back to about the, we're going to call it the 7-yard line. Todd, thank you for that report down there. There were a lot of Tigers that came through the line. Bobby said Max or Kramer got the block. But uncounted miss for Viverette still has this one 1 point shy of the running clock. But Ballard back in the shadow of their own goal post. And some of the 2-leg goal post here at Ballard Memorial you see back in the old NFL days.
Looks like Soldier Field.
Rathman at his 5 takes a snap. Hands off to the deep back. Caldwell County's going to nail him behind the 5 for a loss. Number 56.
Brady Holman.
In on the tackle.
So the loss of back to the 5.
So 2nd down and 13 now coming up for the Bombers. A safety here would do the trick, wouldn't it, Bob? That would put it at 37.
Yes.
But I'll defer all math questions to you, being the former banker. So.
He's going to go to the sideline. Max will be over there with him.
And Ballard in the huddle. It's going to be Rathman to bring them out. We'll see how they line up. Second down. You've got the two backs in the end zone. Rathman takes a snap, hands it to the deep back, trying to get around the end. Brought down for another loss.
I think that's Jameis Carnahan, maybe.
Let's see, number 30.
30.
Max Ashley.
So back to the 2-yard line.
Not sure if Caldwell County would call a timeout to make sure they get the plays in to try to get the safety. Because it will be a running clock if we could tack 2 more points on here.
Look, he's not going to blow it in yet. I don't think he's going to.
Clock ticking down. We're down to 13 seconds.
That's full.
Bob, they were close to 40 seconds on the clock, and they didn't have them run a play. They're going to let this one blow. And at the half, it's Caldwell County 43 and Ballard County 8. We'll be back with the Little Caesars halftime report coming your way in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that. This is Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Girlfriends, let's face it, we all preserve. And Farmers Dry Cleaners knows what we need. We need our Girlfriends, let's face it, we all perspire. And Farmers Dry Cleaners knows what we need. We need our clothes clean. We need them clean now. Farmers Dry Cleaners opens at 6:30 on weekdays. I drop mine off on the way to work. But if I'm running late, they stay open until 6 p.m. so I can just run them by after work too. They always have them ready within 24 hours. Just remember they're closed on the weekends. Farmers Dry Cleaners knows what's important. Making me look good. Because if I don't look good, they don't look good.
If this community is as important to you as it is to us, we invite you to join us weekdays for our WPKY local newscast at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. 20 newscasts a week means we're committed to keeping you informed on local events. You can also find news when you want it at WPKYonline.com. Thanks for listening to 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Are you overwhelmed with decisions when it comes to building a new home? When it comes to heating and air, do you know your fuel and energy efficiency options? The different types of HVAC systems, manufacturer and dealer warranties, indoor filtration options. McGregor Group has over 30 years of industry experience and can help you simplify your heating and air conditioning decisions on new builds. Don't just settle. Be informed. Call the experts at McGregor Group today.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes, we're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
2019 Ram Crew Cab 4x4, 16,000 miles. NADA retail $39,150. Price at $36,500.
Get this home team deal of the week at Trice Hughes. Find us on Highway 91 North, Princeton, or TriceHughes.com.
I got mine at Audubell.
I got mine at Audubell.
I got mine at Audubell.
I got my hearing aids at Audubell.
As a psychiatrist, I have to listen to my patients very well. And Audubell gave me my ears back.
And they've really changed my life.
I've been wearing hearing aids for 50 years, and Audubell is by far the best hearing aid.
I'm Donnie Baker, helping you hear well at Audubell.
Call Audubell for your free hearing test, 554-1900.
You're listening to Caldwell County Football on WPKY Princeton.
Some of the best times are on the lake, eating your favorite foods, sipping on a drink, and listening to live music. The summer concert series at Eddy Creek Marina Resort is open for business, and there's plenty of room for you. Live bands every Saturday night, weekly specials at Echo Charlie's Restaurant, which is open from breakfast till dinner. Some of the faves are homemade crab cakes, Bubba's Key West salt rings, and the hand-patted Barkley Burger. Pontoon rentals, cabins, and more to enjoy at Eddy Creek Marina and Echo Charlie's this summer.
It's not too late to lease a residential, commercial, or agricultural propane tank, so you'll be prepared for this winter. Give Fortner Gas in Princeton a call today to get on their schedule now while prices are still low. If you are an existing Fortner Gas customer and refer a friend for a new tank installation, you'll receive 50 gallons of propane for free. Fortner LP Gas Company in Princeton, a locally owned family business since 1951.
The teams are in the locker room, and it's time for the Tiger Halftime Report on WPKY.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Ballard County High School. We're at the half. Caldwell County leads this one 43-8. We just assumed probably, Bob, there would be a running clock at this point. A 95-yard touchdown return by Ballard stands in their way, along with the, I think it's the first extra point miss by Blake Viverette.
I'm pretty sure it's his first one.
So we stand 1 point shy of the running clock, so we look to have that in the third quarter pretty early. Bob's totaling all the stats up. We'll have those in just a minute. This is the Little Caesars halftime report. Little Caesars of Princeton features the Quattro Pizza. Only $7 for this pizza. It's the latest in the experiment from the Hot and Ready chain. This pizza, we got to get one, Bob. We've talked about it. We got to get one, and I'd love to have one right now because the trip down here is long enough to get hungry. 4 different sections with a medley of cheese, meats, and bruschetta. Everyone gets what they want, and Little Caesar says, best of luck this year, Tigers. Go get them. As we said, 43-8 right now as we are at halftime. We're going to take it down to the field real quick with Todd Griffin and get a report. When we come back from that, we'll have all the stats with Bob Hayes. So, Todd, take her away, brother.
All right, it's a big lead for the Tigers at halftime, 43-8 here at Ballard Memorial High School in La Center. The Tigers back in the locker room right now, and by back in the locker room, I mean just down here to our left, Gary, setting up shop behind the goalpost here in the end zone, just right in front of the scoreboard. So not a long trip to the locker room, not a long trip back tonight.
No, it's eerily quiet here. There's a little lack of atmosphere. I'm not going to say it's quiet, but I overheard a couple of women from Keville talk about their lunch at Shandy's today. So all I know is neither team really can get up for this game. It's been difficult. We've looked flat, but basically we have the lead. We're going to maintain it, and we got to make sure we execute a little more crisply in the second half.
Well, and it sounds weird to say didn't really play well in the first half. I think came out just a little flat, didn't execute in some areas. Still up 43-8. A lot of credit, though, to Ballard Memorial because those kids came out tonight ready to play. They're seriously outmanned, but, I mean, as far as being ready, Ballard is probably the more prepared team tonight.
Not only that, I think if they had the athletes, they actually had some plays that gave us a little trouble. We pinched in a little bit on some option plays. We over pursued some. They can't pass terribly well, but they had a couple of running plays that could give us trouble if another team executed them. And there are some things on film that I think the coaching staff can look at and say these need to be cleaned up for next week because they're not necessarily looking at it from the perspective of the fact they only gained 3 yards, but that they didn't pursue correctly and they weren't in the right places. Still things to work on.
Again, 43-8, Caldwell County over Ballard Memorial at the break. And Chris, the Tiger defense did come out and put up that safety early, and the Tigers have had field position most of the first half.
Yeah, set the tone for the game with the safety. With the exception of 2 lapses, the Tigers have pretty much done whatever they wanted, had their will with the Bombers tonight, with the exception of the kickoff return, and you've got to give the Ballard Memorial player, he hit the hole and he put it into the next level and took it to the house, and then you had a DB undercut a route and get an interception that took a sure touchdown off the board because the Tigers were deep in their territory. So it's just, like I said, it's just been, Gary was correct in that, they're just kind of systematically going along doing what they're doing. Not a lot of excitement here, kind of a dead atmosphere tonight, but come out, get that touchdown, get running clock, and get back to Princeton.
Well, that's a 35-point difference here. Blake Vivrette missing the extra point there that would have gotten us to the running clock. And, I don't think he's missed one since the first game of the season. I believe he's only missed 2 all year. Nice weapon to have back there, but just missed the one that would have got us to the running clock.
Yeah, he's been booming the ball tonight. A big leg on him. I think he probably just mishit that one, and it kind of veered off to his left a little bit, wide left. But otherwise, he's just been booming the ball out of the back of the end zone and looked really, really good. Like I said, I expect for the Tigers to come out on this first drive with the ones and get their touchdown and get that running clock going here in La Center so we can get back to P-Town.
A little bit of a struggle, not completely unexpected tonight, though, for the Tigers. They played so well this season and got the big game with Mayfield coming up next week. I mean, you had to just see this game and see a little letdown coming.
Oh, absolutely. It's, like I said, we said earlier, Todd, it's your classic trap game where they're thinking about Mayfield next week. But, you talked about the defense. Ben Holt, Elijah Sheehan, they've lived in Ballard's backfield. They're essentially having their way with the Bombers' offensive line. They're almost unblockable.
All right, Dennis, that's the scene down here. The Tigers still over in the locker room just to our left, getting ready for the second half. Up 35. We'll get the ball to start the second half. Dennis, back up to you and Bob.
All right, thank you, Todd, for that reporting. Chris, down on the field. Halftime here at Ballard, 43-8. Caldwell County leads the Bombers tonight, 35 points here at the half. Time now for the stats here from the first half. These are brought to you by Pollyeyes Pizza. Not only the best pizza in town, but you also can go in and get sandwiches. You can get salads, all kinds of great stuff at Pollyeyes. Go in, tell Dynamite that you appreciate him being a part of Tiger football this season as we bring you the first half stats and Bob Hayes.
Thank you, Dennis. Looking at the scoring here, as Dennis mentioned, the score here at halftime is 43-8 in favor of the Tigers. The scoring started early in the game at the 10-minute, 1 second. Mark left to play in the first quarter on a safety where the punter was tackled in the end zone. Caldwell County leading at that point 2-0. Also in the first quarter, Derek Caldwell on a 3-yard run. Blake Vivrette added the extra point. That came with 7 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Caldwell County leading at that point 9-0. Also in the first quarter, Barron Wells on a 51-yard punt return. Blake Vivrette adding the extra point, that coming with 6 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the first quarter. Caldwell County leading 16-0. On the ensuing kickoff, Trenton Howard picks the ball up at his 5-yard line and brings it back all the way, outrunning Barron Wells the last 15 to 20 yards to get it into the corner of the end zone. Rathman ran the 2-point conversion in. That came with 5 minutes and 54 seconds to play in the first quarter. Caldwell County leading 16-8 at that point. Also in the first quarter, De'Eric Hollowell getting loose, scoring around left end on a 29-yard run. Vivrette adding the extra point again with 46 seconds to play in the first quarter. Caldwell County with a 23-8 lead at that point. In the second quarter, all Caldwell County. Barron Wells on another 33-yard pass from Russ, Blake Vivrette adding the extra point, that coming with 8 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the second quarter. Caldwell County jumping out to a 30-8 lead. In the second quarter again, Tate Van Hoosier on a 4-yard pass from Russ Bashir. Blake Vivrette adding the extra point at the 4-minute, 29-second mark of the second quarter. Caldwell County leading at that point 37-8. Finally, the final score in the first half coming in quarter two with 1 minute and 55 seconds to play in the half on a pass, 10-yard pass from Russ Bashir to De'Eric Hollowell. This time Blake does not add the extra point, and Caldwell County leading here at halftime 43-8. Looking at the stats here for the Tigers only with 6 rushing plays in the first half, rushing for a total of 91 yards. De'Eric Hollowell with 4 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. Russ Bashir, 2 carries for 37 yards. So 6 rushes for 91 yards. Russ in the passing department was 8 out of 10 with 1 interception for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. Barron Wells with 2 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Tate Van Hoosier 3 catches for 15 yards and a touchdown. Derek Caldwell, 2 catches for 10 yards and a touchdown. Logan Smiley, 1 catch for 2 yards. And that is the total yardage received by passing in the first half of 93 yards. So the Tigers, again, Russ Bashir, 8 out of 10 with 1 interception for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. The total offense for the Tigers in the first half, via the pass 93, via the rush 91, or 184 yards of total offense. For Ballard Memorial, not much doing for the Bombers in the first half. They have 24 rushes and only net 27 yards on those rushing attempts. No pass completions. The quarterback Rathman was 0 for 3 with 0 yards. So in the first half, a total of 27 net yards for Ballard Memorial. That coupled with Caldwell County's 184, you can see the disparity in the yardage totals. Each team, Ballard getting their touchdown on a long 95-yard kickoff return, and one of our touchdowns on a 51-yard punt return and a 2-point safety. Ballard Memorial's been satisfied and content to keep the game on the ground, which runs out the clock and all that. So I would suspect we get the ball to start the second half, Dennis, and I would think we would probably be able to punch it in.
Yeah, I think they'll bring the starters out in this third quarter, go ahead and try to get the running clock situation in order. Bob, I think early in the ball game, Caldwell County knew they were the heavy favorites. I believe that 95-yard kickoff return kind of woke them up a little bit, got them going after that one, because that cut the lead in half at that point. But it's been all Caldwell County tonight. You can't find a whole lot not to be happy with, and it's hard to not look past a team that you know you're expected to win. If Coach McGowan left the starters out there, they could probably run up 80 points tonight if they wanted to, but I'm sure Coach McGowan won't do that. He'll put the starters back in maybe for a touchdown. But you're looking at 1 point away from a running clock. If we had a field goal attempt tonight, we could probably do that. Of course, field goal attempts are brought to you by West Kentucky Memorials. We don't get to mention those guys anywhere near enough because we just don't try a lot of them. But West Kentucky Memorials have locations in Princeton, Cadiz, and Hoptown. Proud supporter of Caldwell County football. Plus, they have a Tiger on the team. That's a freshman running back and linebacker, Jameis Carnahan. So if we got a chance to see a West Kentucky Memorial field goal attempt, that would even get us over the hump to get that 36-point cushion. We are set for second half. Let's see if they put any time back on the clock. This is a weird situation here. No play clock that we're aware of. Well over 30-something seconds, maybe close to 40 seconds in the end of that half that they let Ballard just run off the clock and go to the locker room. So not sure, well, really not sure exactly how they're doing things down here with the play clock, but Ballard was able to go to the locker room still with that 1 point from being a running clock.
Now they put the 3 minutes on the clock to let them run.
Okay.
Get loosened before the start of the second half.
All right, kind of a laid-back night here in La Center, Kentucky. I do want to take the time to give you a look at the scoreboard around the area. Scoreboard is brought to you by Goodwin Insurance. Goodwin Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. So we appreciate Tori and the bunch at Goodwin's for bringing Tiger football to you. Last report we had in the second quarter, McCracken County led Owensboro Apollo 30-20. Game at, I think they were playing at Tillman, if I'm not mistaken. Trigg County, Paducah Tillman tied after 1 quarter of play at 7. That's a little bit of a surprising score. I think Trigg County playing well. I think people thought when they started playing some of these tougher teams they may have some trouble, but playing Paducah Tillman pretty tough tonight. Of course, if you're up in the Louisville area, the big one tonight is Trinity and St. X. That's a game that they'll play. What's the old Papa John Stadium called now? Do you have any idea, Bob? I don't know.
Do not know what they renamed that stadium.
What the name of that one is, but that's a game tonight. A high school game is probably going to have better than 30,000 people tonight in attendance. So one that they really look forward to since I think the 50s up in Louisville between those two teams.
That's always a sellout too. When those two schools get together, it's a big night in Louisville.
And I saw on the highlight reel a little bit, they were going to kick off the Corbin and Bowling Green game, and a driving rainstorm, if you can believe it, holding that game up at the start.
In Corbin or Bowling Green?
I think it was Corbin. As you saw the rain going sideways in that one, so we would take a little of that in our area, but that one delayed that start just a little bit between Bowling Green and Corbin. Here at Ballard Memorial, again, we're at halftime. Caldwell County leads this one 43-8. Tigers won the toss tonight. They deferred to the second half, so they'll get the kickoff tonight to open the second half and try to get that cushion out past the 36 points, and we can get a running clock out of this one.
And we also remind you again that the third quarter that's just about to get underway here is going to be brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. It's under the ownership and management of Pam and Hab Haberlock, has been for the past 3 years. Beautiful furniture, bedding, accessories, and gift. Lots of sales go on in that store. A lot of nice articles for your home. They're also your local U-Haul dealer. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
And that's going to do it for our Little Caesars halftime report. Thank you to Brian and the guys at Little Caesars of Princeton, where they have that Quattro pizza, 4 different sections with a medley of cheese, meats, and bruschetta. Everybody gets what they want at Little Caesars of Princeton. Horn blows, players getting back out on the field. And another update coming in on the Tillman game. Tillman now up 28-13 in the second quarter, so it looked like Trigg played them fairly close in that first quarter. Tillman starting to pull away in the second. Still a warm breeze blowing through here in the press box at Ballard Memorial. As the Bombers will put it in play from the 40, third quarter underway. This one takes a bounce at the 40. It's going to be picked up at the 28-yard line. Up the sideline. I don't think anybody is going to catch. I think it's Barron Wells. If we can get some light on the jersey number. That was Wells on the far side. There's the running clock score right out of the kickoff. Touchdown, Tigers. So we thought that's what that would be in the first half, Bob. It only took
21 seconds.
21 seconds in the second half to get to the running clock. As Vibrett will come out to attempt the extra point. Todd said that was his second miss of the season. I got to admit, I don't remember his first one of the season. May have been the very first one of the season, but still a great average by Vibrett as he gets this one up. And no question about this one, right through the uprights. 11:37 to go here in the second half. And it's Caldwell County 50, Ballard 8, back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
This is Fred Foltz at the Woodall Agency in Princeton. We have served the small business owners of this area for over 100 years. Do you have trouble understanding liability or workers' comp insurance? Are your insurance premiums spiraling out of control? Whether you're a furniture store on Main Street, a plumber or electrician, or a locally owned bank or car dealer, we have a policy for you. We are the business insurance experts. Give me a call at 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
And we're back to Ballard County High School. Caldwell leads this one 50-8, and we always love seeing Heather Riley enter the broadcast booth, Bob, because we know there's something to eat on the way. So one of our favorite times. Thank you, Heather, for the food tonight. And we got looks like some donut holes coming our way here.
I got a feeling my fingers are going to get sticky here shortly.
Kickoff fielded at the 6-yard line by Ballard on the near side. Spins and gets brought down at the 21-yard line. Ben Holt, among others, in on the tackle. I think that's Jack Stevens also in on the tackle. And Ballard will come out trailing this one 50-8 now. And we look to see some pretty clean jerseys coming in here before long, Bob, maybe even starting with this possession or with this defensive stand.
I think we pulled many on defense yet.
Right. Logan Chambliss, probably the newest one in on the far side. And we've called his name a couple of times tonight. High formation, handoff to the deep back. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Kept spinning, gets it all the way out to the 25-yard line. Devin Kilgore with the stop on that one.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7 for the Bombers. Clock ticking down, 9 minutes, 9 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Bob, looking down, I see number 17, Trenton Howard, holding his right leg a little bit. Appears to be a little bit gimpy. I don't know if it's a hamstring or a cramp. He's been about the lone highlight for Ballard County tonight. He's going to go into the slot on the right side, and they'll put him in motion. Hand off to the up back, finds a hole up the middle, and it's going to be Ballard out near a first down. And it is going to be enough for a first as they'll mark it at the 34-yard line. 72, Jordan Ladd, sophomore in the ball game for Caldwell County. Russ Bashir had the tackle for Caldwell County. And Bob, we just found out some chicken strips in the bag too, so this is getting better and better. Ballard comes to the line. They're going to put Howard in motion around the back. Handoff again to the up back. Finds a hole, spins. Another big run up the middle for Ballard County as they're moving the ball. That's number 25. Logan Hargrove, a junior, one of the few upperclassmen on this squad.
So are they going to measure? They're going to give him
They're
the first
not.
down.
They're going to give him the first down at the 44-yard line. So Ballard County with the first down. I think they found something in this formation they like. They'll put Howard in motion again to the up back. This time Ben Holt said none of that. He makes the hit at the 45. They're going to give him to the 46. Holt flying to the ball on that one. And it's going to be second down. Second down coming up for the Bombers. Rathman, one back behind him. They'll put Howard in motion. Rathman's going to keep it, running the option. Keeps it himself. Gets out near the 50-yard line. Rathman stays on the ground, getting up slowly. And Rathman's going to stay on the ground. They're going to call a timeout and bring the trainer out for Rathman. And with the timeout on the field, we'll take 30 seconds and be right back. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports. Trilogy is a family-friendly environment that offers a wide range of classes to reach your fitness and well-being goals. Whether you're into yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio, kickboxing, or weightlifting, Trilogy has something for the whole family. Family discounts available, and your first 2 weeks are free. Located in Princeton behind Cash Express. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports.
Back to Ballard County High School. I think that's Rathman, Bob, still down on the ground on the far side.
Yeah, just tell them when it comes to their side, go quarterback.
I'm not sure if it's a cramp situation. He started to get up, lay back down. I think it is cramps. They've got him stretched out now. He's going to come back. We'll have to come off the field for a play since the trainers came out. And we'll see who comes in for him at quarterback. Ball spotted at the 50-yard line. One of the better drives tonight for Ballard County. as they have the ball at midfield. I'm really not used to teams taking the full huddles like Ballard County does. It has a lot of time in between plays we're not used to. Well over the head of Howard, who came in at quarterback for the play. Caldwell County in pursuit. Howard all the way back at the 30. He's going to be brought down back at the 30. That ball snapped from the 50 almost all the way back to the 35-yard line. No chance for Howard on the play. So they'll mark it at the 31-yard line, bringing up 4th down and long for Ballard County.
4th and 23.
Just when they had something going, a big mistake like that, they shoot themselves in the foot. And it'll be Ballard with the punt. An interesting score from Todd Griffin at the half. Union County leads Crittenden County 7-0. Snap is back. Good snap. Kick is up. Angles towards the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds in Bomber territory. Bob, does that score surprise you any? 7-0. Union
Yes.
over Crittenden.
A surprising score. You're right.
Pretty evenly matched. Couple of teams. Caldwell County had the way with both those teams, but probably a good game going on at Crittenden. Tigers come out. Got Jack Stevens at quarterback. Player coming on late for Caldwell County. As reserves start coming in, Jack Stevens at quarterback now for the Tigers. Takes a snap. Hands off across the 40, lowers his head down to the 32-yard line.
Our buddy Travion.
Travion Samuel.
Takes it to the 32.
That would take some pretty good guts to get in front of Travion when he lowers the head and has some steam going. Travion's going to stay in the backfield. Number 18, Leighton Hammett, into the ball game also for the Tigers. Near side receiver, low snap picked up by Stevens. Goes over the middle, complete, down to the 25-yard line. Still on his feet, trying to push the pile is number 10, Clayton Wofford. So I think that's Jack's first completion of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
And the reception to
Wofford.
Clayton.
Bring up 2nd down and short for the Tigers.
At the 23.
Yes, sir. Stevens in and out of the hands of Canyon Richardson. Third down and 2 now coming up for the Tigers. Again, a running clock. We are down to 2:42 already here in the third quarter. Caldwell County put the running clock on with the kickoff. Stevens to Samuel. Samuel goes up the middle. Plenty for a Lake Barkley CrossFit first down. Inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Good to have that kid back from injury. Samuel in the backfield with Stevens. Snap bobbled. Stevens goes to the far sideline, complete at the 21. Down to about the 15-yard line. We'll try to pick up the Tiger on the reception. I think is that Dyer?
I can't pick his number.
To Ziobro, they're saying. Number 8.
And down to the...
Stevens is going to roll right, looks down the field, gets some pressure, throws it, incomplete, comes up short of his intended receiver, Wofford. Stevens being chased from the get-go on that rollout. Third down and 5 coming up for the Tigers. Leading this one 50-8 with just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Ballard about at their scoring average on the season. They've scored 1 touchdown a game through their first 4. Stevens hands it off, keeps it himself, fake the handoff to Samuel, keeps it himself, and he'll pick up the first down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line.
Stevens, the quarterback, the keeper, gets first down yardage. Looks like first and goal.
So first and goal for the Tigers.
Jenkins was involved in that tackle.
Stevens with a nice fake on the handoff. Travion in the backfield with Stevens. Hands off to Travion. He's going to find some room on the far side. Lowers his head. Maybe stopped just shy of the goal line.
They mark it at the 2. To the
Second
1.
down and goal for the Tigers from the 2. Caldwell quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Samuel to the right of Jack Stevens. Stevens was going to pass, decided to pull it back out, gets sacked back to the 10-yard line. And with the play, we get to the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it's Caldwell County 50 and Ballard County 8. We'll be back after this with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
If this community is as important to you as it is to us, we invite you to join us weekdays for our WPKY local newscast at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. 20 newscasts a week means we're committed to keeping you informed on local events. You can also find news when you want it at WPKYonline.com. Thanks for listening to 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Back to Ballard Memorial High School. Caldwell County well out in front of this one, 50-8 over Ballard Memorial. And Bob, some young players out here right now, but for all intents and purposes, you can almost turn your attentions to next Friday night at Tiger Stadium, as it'll be 2 one-loss squads playing for the number 1 spot early on in the district chase.
Exactly.
Tigers will move to the left end of the field on your radio dial. Still Stevens in at quarterback. Third down and goal this time from the, looks like the 9-yard line. Stevens hands off to Travion Samuel, comes around to the left, turns up the field. We'll see if his knee hit. I think they're going to mark his knee down at the 1. Tripped up on the way to the goal line. They're going to say the knee hit before the ball crossed. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1 now for Caldwell County.
So it'll be 4th down with 2 yards to go.
Caldwell gets the play from the sideline. Stevens comes back to the line. Some new numbers out there. Canyon Richardson will be the slot receiver on the right. Look for a big dose of Travion on this one. What do you think, Bob?
I'd give it to him.
Snap is back. Handoff
Boom.
to Travion. Touchdown, Tigers. Travion Samuel. Man, if golf were as easy as that call there, we would be great. Had the extra back in the backfield. He knew Samuel was getting that one, busted it in from 1 yard out. 56-8 now. Caldwell County leads this one. Vive Red on for the Taco John's extra point. Logan Smiley on the hold for the Tigers. Snap is back. Kick is up. And good. With 11 minutes to go on a running clock, it's Caldwell County 57, Ballard County 8. You can follow all of Tiger sports coverage on yoursportsedge.com.
Now come into KFC and get a free chocolate cake with a 10-piece meal. It's free. It's free chocolate cake. How else can I say it? It's a whole chocolate cake that you don't pay any additional money for. See, that's the arrangement. I don't know how else to explain this. You buy a 10-piece bucket meal. I slide an actual chocolate cake made a real actual cake across the counter. You take it, and we both go our merry ways. So come on down to KFC. Get your free cake today. It's finger licking good. Offer excludes 12-piece tenders meal, limited time only.
And we are back at Ballard Memorial High School. 57-8, Caldwell County all over Ballard in this one. Ballard's only touchdown of the night coming early in the first quarter on a 95-yard kickoff return by Trenton Howard. Other than that, all Caldwell County in this game. Bob, that was kind of a little alarm, like you set the clock for whatever time you get up in the morning. The alarm went off. Caldwell County kind of woke up and just, it's been all Tigers since then.
Total domination.
Viverette with the long kickoff. This one's going to bounce at the 5, fielded at the 3. Howard brings it up over the 15, down at the 17-yard line. Some good hitting by the reserves, Bob. You could hear the helmets cracking all the way up here in the press box, and we're on the second floor of the press box. So
that's what
nice jobs by those reserves.
Young men are looking for. Marked at the
17-yard line, I think, is where Ballard will put this one in play. Homecoming night here at Ballard. Great job by the choir with the a cappella alma mater and national anthem tonight. Some new numbers in. We'll see if we can pick them up for Caldwell County defensively. Looks like number 45, Barrett Cotton, a freshman, in on the line for the Tigers.
I see Aaron Hensley in there, number 67.
Number 20, Jameis Carnahan in the ball game.
Number 10, Clayton Wolford.
And number 39, Isaiah Joyner in at corner. Handoff to the back, up the middle, hit, gets across the 20, out near the 25-yard line. All right, I'm going to tell you guys, I better have one chicken strip left after this ball game. They smell great. I'm about ready to give you the play-by-play, Bob. They look so good.
Well, let me finish mine first.
Also some donut holes up here. Ball out to the 25-yard line. Second down coming up for the Bombers. They put a player in motion. They hand off to it. No, it's a fake. Hand off. The quarterback's going to keep that one. Not much there, though, as they get it out to about the 28-yard line. In on the tackle was Nick Sherrill, the 5'9", 210-pound junior, wearing number 24. Also, Jameis Carnahan in on the tackle. Looked like Caden Alfred in the in on the tackle also. Run, though, was enough for a first down for Ballard County. Out to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10, Bombers. Whistle blows. Delay of game, which is kind of ironic because we didn't even know they were really keeping up with that tonight. No, this one's going to be against Caldwell County. It's not delay of game. Offsides against the Tigers is going to be called. So 1st down and 5 coming up for the Bombers. I still don't think they're keeping the play clock tonight.
I don't think so either.
Up the middle, big hit at the 42-yard line by Caldwell County on a nice run by Ballard. Hargrove with the first down carry. And Bob, another player that into the game now, number 34, Cannon Littlejohn. 5'5", 160-pound freshman in for the Tigers right now. Looks like everybody's going to have to wash a jersey tonight when this one's over, as the Tigers lead this one big, 57-8. First back takes it up across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Hargrove's the workhorse now. They keep putting Howard in motion, but Hargrove's been the workhorse the last few plays. Second down and 6 coming up for Ballard. And Bob, I'll try to keep up with the new numbers coming in.
24 is Nick Sherrill. We've called his number once or twice tonight.
28, Ethan Chiron. Hand off to the up bag, nothing there this time. Host of Tigers in on the tackle on that one. Number 56 being one of those. 56, Brady Holloman. 5'9", 190-pound freshman. Barrett Cotton also in there. Leighton Hammett goes off the field for the Tigers. Running clock down to 5 minutes to go in this one as Caldwell County will move to 5-1 on the season, dropping Ballard to 0-5 on their campaign. And it's going to be Rathman with the keeper. Gets around the end. He's got some room down the far sideline. One player to beat. And it's touchdown, Ballard County. And Rathman pulls up again, I think, with a cramp after the run. 53-yard run by Rathman. So Ballard maybe with a moral victory tonight as they score more than one touchdown in a ball game for the first time on the season. $57-14 right now. 4:31 to go in the ball game. A lot of awards to give out like we normally do on the postgame show, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Postgame brought to you by Trilogy Performance Sports. Bob, we may have to look at some younger players to give this to. I think Jack Stevens has come out and looked pretty good at quarterback here as a reserve tonight.
Young kids are playing well.
Rathman just now getting up in the far corner of the end zone. I think he cramped up at the end of that run. As soon as he crossed the goal line, fell to the ground at the far pylon. So we'll see if Ballard goes for two without him.
Next Friday night, we hope you will travel with your Bombers down to Fulton City.
The announcer says next week the Ballard County Bombers will go to Fulton City for a game.
On Friday, October 4th. Friday night.
Ballard's going to go 4-2. It's going to be Howard in the backfield. In the shotgun, high snap. Howard takes it, dodges one tackler, looking to get to the far corner, up and in. Second two-point conversion tonight for Ballard. And with 4:06 to go in the ball game, it's 57-16 now. Caldwell County leads this one. We'll take 30 seconds to be back. This is Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
Overwhelmed with decisions when it comes to building a new home? When it comes to heating and air, do you know your fuel and energy efficiency options? The different types of HVAC systems, manufacturer and dealer warranties, indoor filtration options. McGregor Group has over 30 years of industry experience and can help you simplify your heating and air conditioning decisions on new builds. Don't just settle. Be informed. Call the experts at McGregor Group today.
Back to Ballard County High School. Second touchdown of the night for Ballard. And it's 57-16. As the running clock has put us under 4 minutes to go. Hope you'll stay tuned for the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show. We'll be handing out awards for play of the game, lineman of the game, big block of the game, quick cut of the game, and catch of the game. All that coming your way on the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show.
Bush Stadium in St. Louis. Matt Carpenter hits a home run in the bottom of the fourth. St. Louis is up on the Cubs, 1-0.
And they're giving baseball scores here, Bob. And did you see that when they said Matt Carpenter hit the home run? I looked down on the field, Logan Smiley making the home run swing. As he's one of the front line players on this kickoff. Ballard to put it in play. Onside kick is going to be fielded by Tate Van Hoosier at the 39-yard line. Takes a knee right there.
Thompson kicking that time. Tate Van Hoosier receives and takes a knee.
And I think Todd's giving a thumbs up because Logan was making the home run swing for a Cardinal. Everyone knows the affection that Todd Griffin has for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinals had better win. They're going to almost let that division slip away.
Brewers are making a whale of a run without Yelich.
Absolutely.
Caldwell comes out this time. Dyer in at quarterback. And whistles are going to stop this one before it goes anywhere. Scoreboard updates. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by Goodwin Insurance. Goodwin Insurance is your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Union leads Crittenden County 14-0 with 6 minutes to go in that ball game. Dyer over the middle through the hands of number 23, Hunter McVickers, 6-foot sophomore. Would have been a tough catch. Went behind him a little bit, but the incompletion will bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers.
Meanwhile, we're under 2 minutes now, 1 minute, 50 seconds to play.
May have to get with Todd, and if the Cardinals and the Dodgers end up playing, we may have to put a Quattro pizza on the series somewhere along the line. Snap is back. Handoff to number 20 for the Tigers. Got some room across the 40, 45, 50. Still on his feet, far sideline. Down and pushed out of bounds finally at the 35-yard line. That's Jameis Carnahan on a nice run.
Out of bounds where, Dennis?
Let's see where they'll stop at this. Sideline official's not really been right across from the ball sometimes tonight. I think they're going to call it the 36-yard line.
36. Pickup of 24 yards on that play by Jameis.
So good run by Carnahan. He stays in the backfield with Dyer. 2 receivers each way for Dyer as he takes the snap, drops back, throws it, knocked down, looking for Carnahan. That one knocked down by number 50 for Ballard County. Number 50, Carson Bishop, one of the few upperclassmen. Carnahan comes out of the ball game. Into the ball game is number 23, Hunter McVickers. Trip set to the left for Dyer. Brand new jerseys all around. Handoff is going to come near side to number 7. Across the 35, pushed out of bounds near the 30. That's Logan Chambliss.
I believe that's
I think in a closer game, there may have been a flag for a late hit on that one, but I think under the circumstances, Chambliss hopped up, no harm, no foul with the running clock. And that's going to be the last play of the ball game on the run. The final here tonight, Caldwell County 57 and Ballard Memorial 16. Stay tuned for the post-game show brought to you by Trilogy Performance Sports. I about lost my page there, Bob. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Start that, hand out some awards tonight, and look ahead to the big one next week at Tiger Stadium as the Tigers will take on Mayfield. All that coming up in about 3 or 4 minutes. This is Tiger Football on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Farmers Bank, we pride ourselves on friendly faces and convenient service. Our goal is to make your life easier, and one of the biggest ways we do so is with our mobile app. If you have a smartphone, this is definitely for you. Using the NXT app, you can check your balance, view transactions, make mobile deposits, and transfer money between your accounts. Did you know you can even make your loan payments? Give us a call or stop by our main office to set up the NXT app today. You'll be greeted by me, Lizzie Shelton, and I look forward to seeing you at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
It's not too late to lease a residential, commercial, or agricultural propane tank, so you'll be prepared for this winter. Give Fortner Gas in Princeton a call today to get on their schedule now while prices are still low. If you are an existing Fortner Gas customer and refer a friend for a new tank installation, you'll receive 50 gallons of propane for free. Fortner LP Gas Company in Princeton, a locally owned family business since 1951.
A taste of the Orient and authentic Chinese food awaits you at the Great Wall Chinese Restaurant in Princeton. Enjoy the lunch buffet Monday through Saturday, 11 to 3:30, and the dinner buffet from 3:30 to 9. Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the seafood buffet featuring onion shrimp and frog legs. Be sure to ask for your coupon card. Buy 9 buffets and get 1 free. Dine in or carry out at the Great Wall. Open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Located in the Princeton Plaza off Highway 62, West Princeton.
James Bond Roofing has been servicing the residents of Caldwell County for 25 years and has seen many years of Tiger sports accomplishments. They would like to wish all of the Tiger sports teams good luck this season. However, there are a couple players out there they are a little more partial to. So here's a big James Bond Roofing shout out to their very own Tiger football players, Ben Holt and Carter Jackson. Go get them, boys, and go Tigers!
Time for a recap of tonight's action. The WPKY Tiger Postgame Report is on the air.
And welcome back to Ballard County High School. 57-16, Caldwell County over the Bombers tonight in a walkthrough tonight, getting ready for Mayfield next week. This is the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show brought to you by Trilogy Performance Sports. Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy. They offer a family-friendly environment that also offers a wide range of classes to reach your fitness and well-being goals. Good luck, Tigers, from Trilogy Performance Sports. Let's take it down to the field real quick with Coach Aaron McClung with Todd Griffin.
All right, thanks, Dennis. Aaron is here with us. Coach McClung got a big win tonight and got everybody out of here pretty healthy, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't think we have any injuries that'll keep anybody out. I think Tate took a pretty good hit down here, but I think he's okay. And other than that, I think other than a few cramps, I think everybody's fine.
This is a bit of a tricky game for you to play. Teams played well most of the season. You come down here a big favorite, and everybody knows that Mayfield game's coming up next, so it's kind of a tough game to get everybody's attention.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've been in a game like this going into it. Since we were 3A, our schedule, when we went to 3A, we had a much tougher schedule. We didn't have games like this. I don't know if we really had hardly any games like this. So it's it was kind of different to try to prepare for. I didn't think we played as good as I hoped we would, but we played pretty good most of the time. But I wanted to play a perfect game, and we were a little flat at times.
Well, one thing not playing a perfect game does, it gives you something to talk about when you're watching the film.
Definitely some things to work on. We, there were some things in defending their run game that we had some issues with. We let them return a kickoff for a touchdown. So, and we threw a pick. So there were some things that we can work on, definitely.
Looking ahead to Mayfield, what's your thoughts on playing the Cardinals?
Well, they're a great football team. They're a top 2-3 team in the state. Even though they lost a couple weeks ago, they play a really good schedule. They got they're very well coached. Those guys are friends of ours, and they have a bunch of outstanding skill kids, and it'll be a battle. We'll have our hands full with them.
Big win here tonight, Coach. Thanks for spending some time with us, and enjoy watching the Joker. Oh, I got him, Dennis. I got him. He didn't have anything to say, but back to you guys up in the press box.
All right, Todd. Thank you for that one. Yeah, I was waiting on you to say something about the Browns because he predicted 16-0 with the Browns this season, and I think they have the same record as my Raiders right now at 1-2. So, Coach McClung, Bob, as you finish up the stats, talked about not really the intensity that he would have liked to have seen tonight. Caldwell County came out just a bit flat. Hard to really judge a lot of it by the competition tonight, although Ballard did find the way to the end zone twice tonight, once against the reserves late and once early in the first quarter on a 95-yard kickoff return. So a couple of big plays by Ballard, the most points they've scored in the game this season, so I'm sure they feel good about that. But still, 57-16, the Tigers over the Bombers tonight. We'll be giving out all of our awards here in just a little bit as Bob finishes tallying the first half stats. We're going to take another quick break and be right back with the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show. You're listening to Tiger Football on WPKYonline.com.
As a community-owned enterprise, the Princeton Electric Plant Board provides services to the people in the Princeton area. One of the services they provide is to make sure the lights are on over our fields and courts for the Caldwell County Tigers. From everyone at the Princeton Electric Plant Board, good luck to all of the Caldwell County Tigers and hopes for a safe season. And a big electric roar to their Tigers, Tate Van Hooser, Addie Vinson, Kendra Winters, and Lily Horde.
This is Donnie Baker, owner of Audubell Hearing Center, and I am surprised that so many people still